Fox News. After 9 straight nights of U.S. strikes on Iran.
CENTCOM saying the U.S. has hit targets in Iran, mainly military command and control centers, as well as launching sites for missiles and drones. Those U.S. attacks come after Friday's attack by Iran with a ballistic missile in Jordan killed 3 U.S. service members.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Tel Aviv. 2 of those Americans identified as First Lieutenant Tyler James Feehan of Hawaii and Private Isabella Gonzalez of Texas, just 19 years old. The White House says President Trump will attend a dignified transfer tomorrow. A 4th service member was killed Saturday during the controlled detonation of an Iranian drone in Iraq. As the U.S. hits Iran and Iran attacks Gulf neighbors, the Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen now say they will block Saudi shipping at the gateway to the Red Sea. An update expected soon from the FBI, which has a man in custody after a fire was set outside a federal building in New York City earlier today, injuring at least 2 people.
What occurred outside of 26 Federal Plaza this morning was deeply disturbing.
Mayor Zoran Mamdani pledging cooperation with the federal probe. Border czar Tom Homan calls the incident another example of attacking ICE. For now, the motive remains under investigation. That federal building includes immigration offices. 2 social media influencers facing rape and sex trafficking charges in the UK, just making their first appearance in federal court in Miami, where they were arrested over the weekend.
We're confident that we're going to win. We've never seen a scintilla of evidence that indicates that these guys are guilty of anything. They're being punished and attacked for what they say, not what they've done.
Defense attorney Joseph McBride, after a brief hearing where the Tate brothers, Andrew and Tristan, said they'll fight extradition to the UK. Investigators there say they now face 38 charges in all. The brothers have dual U.S. and British citizenship. America is listening to Fox News.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Food truck owners, today business will be booming. People will love your new menu and not make special orders. You will not roll your eyes when someone calls it a quesadilla. You will also switch to Progressive to get 30 customizable coverage options and restore your inner peace. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis in the mountains of Macon. He's got the plain white kind of sanatorium room up there as he recovers from something going on apparently in the mountains of Macon. And now your mechanical magler control man. It's Flounder and it's Monday and holy smokes. Hey, did Johnny Perazzo die? I was just looking at Facebook. Peter, something's wrong with Pete, I think. What's going on? Are you all right up there in Macon? Mountains of Macon? I was just looking at my Facebook page, and somebody was talking about how heartbroken they are about Johnny Perazzo died. Did you hear that?
Who's Johnny Perazzo?
Oh, my God. Johnny Perazzo was the piano-playing guy and the comedy guy. Was at Jerry Farber's place for years, and he did all of our comedy shows. He was like a co-host for years and years and years. He did I'll be damned.
I met him once.
You remember Johnny? Oh, my God. He was the nicest. We had more fun together. Every time I was doing, I would host comedy shows, Johnny Perazzo, for a couple of years.
That's a shame then if
I can't believe it. I had no idea. And I just tried to Google it, and there are 19,000 Johnny Perazzos, different spellings. So there's, anyway. Well, anyway, I'm sorry to hear that. If that's the case, I'm very sorry to hear that. He was a really nice guy and very funny, talented, and he could do anything. He could do mimicking singers. It was really, really, what a shame.
I remember he told me a story during COVID one time. He had a gig at I don't know if it was a pizza place or something like that, and he had a piano outside. I was like, number 7, you're up, number 7.
Just a really funny, cool, really fun guy for an entertainer. He wasn't. He was just real. I'm very sad. I just, like 4 minutes ago, I've been trying to Google on it, and now, of course, I got my job to do here. So, anyway, if you know Johnny Perazzo or know what I'm talking about, what a shame. And I don't know how old he was. he can't have been as old as I am. There's no way. I don't think he was anywhere near my age. And again, I don't know anything about it. But if you know, pass it along if you feel like it. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's Monday. We got a million things, and our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Man, we got a full stack of stuff. We got all kinds of like personal things and weekend stuff, and things with Bryce, the morning show, things going on with him. We got the whole new babe chick thing going on there for the future. Also, I don't know. I got a million things to talk about soccer, and I'm really thrilled about the whole idea, and I'm amazed because I hate soccer. And I think it's stupid, but anyway. But I'm thrilled about what it means to America and what it meant this last few weeks, including myself. Also, a whole bunch of we got like a lost dog story, and my daughter just texted something about manners in the modern age, especially from someone who's disabled and has a handicap sticker, stuff like that. Also, I got a million questions about the new voting law if it ever goes through, and exactly what the issue is. I'm easily confused, and so we'll get to that. The Pentagon stuff, war things going on, Donald Trump, and the business about Mondami doubling down. You heard maybe a few minutes ago about the Sonny Hostin thing. We'll get more into that. Also, America's favorite ice cream. The ice cream, it's American ice cream. It's official ice cream day. I thought it was yesterday. It might be today, but I thought it was yesterday. Either way, there's a list out now of the things. So, we got a little funny, goofy stuff. We got some tweets. We got Flounder's Funny. We got Holy Crap at Sports. We got a lot of sports stuff. In fact, between the British Open, otherwise known worldwide as the Open, and the soccer game and the Braves, man, there was a lot of good, fun TV stuff to watch. So we got all that kind of stuff on 106.3. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And first of all, Pete Davis, Mountain Jamaican, weekend activities. Any exciting stuff here? How'd it go? What'd you do?
Went boating. Had a good time. Nice, relaxing weekend.
Boating, okay. When you go boating, do you lay out in the sun, or do you go zooming around the lake, or what do you mean by
Does
go boating?
Does it look like I lay out in the sun?
Well, no, I mean, are you a driver where you just go as fast as you can?
My elbow got burnt this week.
Well, there's a lot of ways. If you have a girl involved, so chicks like to go freaking sunbathe. They like to go in the boat and park it so they can sunbathe the hell out of themselves. All right, yeah, but what do you hide underneath, or do you want to go racing? I mean, the thing is, if you got a babe involved, she wants to go sunbathing, so you get her a raft, and you say, okay, I'll be back, and you let her go floating around, and then you take that boat as fast as you can, driving around, having a little fun. Otherwise, you're just sitting on the boat, and you can't be in the sun because you're so like translucent, for God's sakes.
Number one, it's a pontoon boat. Number two,
well, there you got a roof on it.
Boat.
Yeah, okay. When you got a pontoon boat, do you have a roof on it?
Yes.
Canvas, yeah. Well, yeah, in fact, Wayne No Offense had one of those when I had my jet ski and later my boat together, docking together. We were at Lake Allatoona, then went to Lake Lanier many years back with the whole thing. Anyway, I used to love it. You went every weekend. Took the dog up there, a couple of the, stuff like that, the two dogs and things. And, anyway.
Here's the funny thing. From Nola Bell's brother's house, he's got the boat down to the dock. It's like, maybe a third of a mile, maybe a half a mile. Where you go down to the lake.
Yeah.
And we get in the pickup truck. Everybody loads in, go down, get out at the house, walk around the house, walk down to the wharf that goes out to the little where the boat's moored, right?
Yeah.
The little thing that floats and bounces around.
Yeah.
As we're walking down this gangway, this big furry thing brushes past us and runs down to the boat. Their dog, he knows exactly where to go. He breaks out of the fence and runs down to the lake, and he's waiting for us at the boat. Like, let's go.
Yeah. Dog, we don't deserve dogs. We don't deserve dogs.
We don't deserve dogs.
I miss we used to have at least one dog growing up as a kid. Frequently a couple of German Shepherds, and anyway, and cats too. We had cats up the kazoo. My sister had, she kind of had growing up when I was like a teenager, the 5 kids and the parents, we had a big house because we had 7 people in the family. So we had like a 7-bedroom thing, colonial thing. And my sister had kind of a whole half wing to herself. And we came to realize she had like 6 cats in there. Nobody really knew. But anyway, I don't know. Animals, I miss, that's right. I love going to this every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. My first thing I always do and never miss is go to the stable. I'm trespassing, of course. I don't have a horse there.
At night, there's a fence and a padlock gate, but that doesn't stop.
They gave me a clicker to get in the gate. It is silly rabbits.
Well, they're afraid of you.
So I keep showing.
They're afraid.
They're afraid to turn me away.
You might snap.
I might snap. They listen to the show and they watch my Facebook videos, and I always put cat videos up there several times a week. I love those barn cats. They come when they hear me there, they come running down the stairs. So
those ladies every morning get up and they pray that you stay on your meds so you don't take one of your turns.
Please, God. They've heard me at my work.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Kimmer. Oh, hi, Kimmer.
It's Kimmer. Everybody wave. Smile.
Say you're happy.
It's like when the serial killer comes in, you want him to look at you and go, friendly face.
How's it going? So what's new? Oh, mercy. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. A couple things before we actually get going. And I know this is wrong, and I'm going to say it anyway, even though I don't mean anything mean by it. I'm just making an observation. Over the weekend, on I watch Fox News off and on to see what's going on, and one of the clip I was watching between things was an interview with Laura Trump, who's now one of their, she does one of their shows. She has a show on weekends, and she's a contributor all the time, Laura Trump. And they showed her with one of the other guys, I can't remember his name, I see his face, his name won't come up, one of the other hosts, and they were taking a bike ride together. And it was a story about bike riding and exercise or whatever. And they showed Laura Trump in her teeniest little outfits, like little tiny, riding bike, little shorts and a little top and so forth. She looks like a rubber band. Nothing but sinew and muscle. I've never seen it. I mean, honestly, I didn't even recognize her because you could see, her arms and her legs were like twisted muscle rubber fiber. Oh my God. Holy moly. She must do that for a living. Anyway, I was shocked. I'll tell you, I was shocked. So I bet she's got a pretty good heart rate though. She looked like, really just muscle and sinew, and I bet she could do that all day. Anyway, all right, hold on. Now we got, by the way, we have a remote Wednesday. I heard them, they're mentioning here in the radio station. Are they sure they want to do this?
They're going to do it this Wednesday.
Oh, man, they know it's going to be up there, right? It's at the Shuckin' Shack.
Shuckin' Shack in Alpharetta.
It's on the main drag right across from that little People's Park, right there in the main part of downtown Alpharetta, that nice old Alpharetta. And it's in a row of those little shops right there on the main street, right there in the middle. And we're going to be there on Wednesday to do the show. So they know that, right? There could be people there. What if people show up? I don't know. I'm just saying. There could be people showing up.
You're going to have to talk, and you're going to have to.
No, it's not. See, that's not good. That's already
take pictures and wave.
Will we have a microphone for people can walk up and we can interview them?
I don't know. That's a whole other staff section there. Flounder, you're sort of management now.
I can check in. Obviously, there'll be a spot to where someone wants to come and sit and talk with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh boy.
No, but not next to us, right? They can't touch it.
Actually, you know a funny story? About 2 or 3 remotes ago, a couple years ago, not long after we started, one of my Kimmer babes, unknown to me, came into the remote, and she came up to me, and she said, "I love you," and she meant
right.
it. You remember that?
Right.
Were you there when that happened? Remember that?
You didn't follow up.
I did not follow. Well, I was afraid. I was afraid to use my obvious, charms. Now that she had obviously admitted her love for me, and I was afraid to take advantage of her. I thought about taking her out in the car, after the show, just kiss her a little bit, see what's going on. Nothing serious, just a little kissing. That could happen. But she actually, and I think she meant it. Very funny. But I think she meant it. It was sweet. Maybe honestly, I still think about it. I really do. I think about that very sweet moment. I think she was very serious, and she was just, it really made me feel good. And I just thought about it right now. So, anyway.
Flounder asked, if they're, about parking, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, okay, park there.
And I wrote back, and can I bring Bucky?
Oh, God. I don't think there's going to be a lot of extra room. But
the salesperson says, I will confirm parking and food details and ... Let's do this one with no Bucky.
No Bucky today.
Maybe we could bring him along in the ensuing broadcast.
Yeah, it's a 6-foot balloon of Bucky the Beaver. Takes up the whole studio. All right, hold on. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 3:15 after. It's a beautiful day. Braves back in town. Hot and steamy, man. Just like summer in the city. Look out. Here we go.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow Extra 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at Extra 106.3.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Well, we're well into summer. How's your house looking? Before long it'll be fall, and then it's holiday time and stuff like that. And before you know it, maybe you got people coming over. How about an upgrade? And I've got a great suggestion for you, because I love to recommend companies I've worked with before that can make your home even better than it is right now. Peach State Windows. Jeff, my buddy, worked with them first 25-something years ago, helping Georgia homeowners improve comfort and beauty and value. How about a couple of these special deals right now? 8 double-hung vinyl replacement windows installed for just $39.95. Better energy efficiency, comfort, curb appeal, the kind that actually reflect the sun to keep the heat out of your house. $39.95. Also, how about your entryway, transforming this beauty into a fiberglass French door, installed for $69.85. Both options a lifetime warranty. How about 0% financing for 12 months? Here's the number, 770-485-8011. Your home, maybe you're earning an upgrade. Well, these are a couple of great opportunities for you. PeachStateWindows.com.
Here today with Evan Ward from Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I know you've been quite busy in the office these days. So let's talk about some of the things folks are calling you most about here lately.
Well, Kevin, the biggest thing people are really talking about right now is retirement. And I look at retirement as a journey, not a destination. The goal of almost everybody out there is to grow and preserve a tax-efficient portfolio so they can actually enjoy their retirement. And that's why I partnered with Market Guard. I get a lot of the same questions. Evan, when do I sell? When do I hold? And if I've sold, when do I get back into the market? In my opinion, that's market timing. And in my experience, market timing, it can be quite confusing. And we have to look at it and allow the math to do the work.
Everybody has a different appetite for risk. So where does Market Guard fit in?
Well, if you want asset preservation and you don't want it to go down due to market volatility, we have portfolios that are designed for this. But if you want to participate in those larger markets, Market Guard can also offer more stock and aggressive portfolios for those that are looking for that kind of strategy. And here's what I propose for our listeners today. For the next 10 callers, we're going to do a Market Guard portfolio comparison, side by side with what you're currently doing, and we'll show you how your 401k and other investments are doing. And we'll make recommendations, and then you can see the difference between Market Guard and what it can do for your portfolio. After that, you decide if you want us to do a complete retirement plan. So give us a call today at 678-736-7799 and ask for your complimentary Market Guard portfolio comparison.
Again, call Evan Ward with Atlas Retirement. That number, folks, 678-736-7799. And you can pick up your complimentary Market Guard portfolio comparison. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
For generations, drivers across Atlanta have turned to Jim Ellis Chevrolet for a better car buying experience. Why?
Because at Jim Ellis Chevrolet, it's about more than selling vehicles. It's about taking care of their customers.
Whether you're searching for a rugged Silverado, a family-friendly Equinox, a sporty Blazer, or one of Chevrolet's innovative electric vehicles,
Jim Ellis Chevrolet offers the selection you're looking for with a professional, no-pressure environment where your time is respected and your needs come first.
Finding your next Chevy has never been easier with the Jim Ellis Expressway. You can shop online, value your trade, explore payment options, and save time at the dealership.
When you're ready to drive home in a new Chevrolet, trust the dealership that's been serving Atlanta drivers for decades. Visit JimEllisChevrolet.com or stop by Jim Ellis Chevrolet on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter. Jim Ellis Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
America, Chuck, yeah. Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the US of A at Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
I love these songs.
Well, here I sit high, getting ideas. Ain't nothing but a fool to live like this. Out all night and running wild. Woman sitting home with a month-old child. Dang me.
Yeah, dang me.
They ought to take a rope and hang me.
2024, songwriter, guitarist, and vocalist Jerry Miller died in Tacoma. He was 81, best known as a member of the psychedelic group Moby Grape. Their debut album, Moby Grape, in '67. Guitar work contributed to the early version of the hit record I Fought the Law by the Bobby Fuller Four. Eric Clapton called Jerry Miller the best guitar player in the world. I think we're playing a little Roger Miller here, if I'm not mistaken.
I got those two confused, didn't I?
Well, see, I didn't want to say anything. I kept hoping that there would be something at the end here that would explain why we're playing Roger Miller instead of, Moby Grape and Jerry Miller. But again, what the hell? There's no such thing as a mistake. We're enjoying the music.
I would call that a mistake.
Please. Anyway, Jerry Miller, Moby Grape, and he did the early version of I Fought the Law by the Bobby Fuller Four, which I have on my Magic Music stick, I believe. Anyway, Eric Clapton called Jerry Miller the best guitar player in the world when he came to America. Robert Plant says Jerry Miller was a major influence on Led Zeppelin, and the band played Moby Grape's songs at its first rehearsal when they got together in salute. There you go. Listen, I fought and law won. One day we'll just play record. Just talk about music, what it meant, or records and stuff. What do you want? You want to
do that tomorrow?
Why? What the hell? In fact, you know what? I got an attitude going right now. We're going to do that one day. We'll just people call in. What's a record that means something to you? What are the if the words or the sound or something meant to? I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just free boredom. What do you call it? Brainstorming there. What do you call when you throw it up against a wall? See what sticks. I don't know. What's that? I'm losing it. Okay,
you're wasting time.
I'm sorry. All right. And I think Wednesday before our live appearance, because I won't have to drive in here and do all the editing stuff I normally do here, and then go back with the thing. So I'll be working at home the whole time, and then just go to the remote on Wednesday. I think I may go hit Paul's Wednesday morning. I'll be up at 5:30 sending stuff to Flounder to print, but I think I'm going to go hit. Oh my God! I'm in a whole thing going. I'm sorry, I'm losing it.
The quality of Wednesday's show, I'm looking forward to. I think here's what we should do: ask somebody what one of their favorite song is, and then whoever's back here in the studio will play that song while we mingle with the crowd. And eat their food. We walk right up to their table.
Yeah, right. Try a little of this. How's that salad over there?
You're not going to finish those,
Everybody
are you?
got a fork?
Yeah, we should go around with a fork.
I tasted all this entree. Let me just take a little bit of that shrimp there if I could.
You're not going to finish that, are you?
Oh, mercy. All right, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, look out. Carlos Santana's birthday. Carlos Santana's 79 years old today. We don't like Carlos, do we? Is he
overrated
really?
Piece of
Yeah, I don't know anything about
crap.
him. I know the names. He's famous.
Walks around with a Che Guevara shirt like
that's
you're
smart.
70 years old, man. Grow up.
Yeah. And I mentioned National Ice Cream Day. No one actually knows who invented ice cream. Complicated history, but they say it goes back as far as 500 BC. Quakers moving to America in the 1650s brought ice cream recipes, and the first ice cream shops opened in New York City in the colonial era. Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington loved ice cream. Washington spent $200 on the treat during the summer of 1790. Dolly Madison, James Madison's wife, served ice cream at her inaugural ball in 1813. The small first hand-cranked ice cream makers were invented in the 1840s. And President Ronald Reagan in 1984 proclaimed the month of July as National Ice Cream Month. So there you are. And by the way, for the record, I mentioned this. Somebody did a survey. Instacart. Grocery platform people did a survey on America's favorite ice cream. What do you suppose is the number one most favorite ice cream flavor in America?
It should be chocolate. But it's probably vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yeah, it should be chocolate.
Yeah, it should be vanilla's number one, and then chocolate's number two. Cookie dough is third. The rest of the top 10 go cookies and cream, then chocolate fudge brownie, peanut butter, mint chocolate chip, coffee, strawberry, and cherry. Let's see. Breyers, Blue Bunny, and Turkey Hill were the top-selling brands by dollar sales. Blue Bunny and Turkey Hill. Haagen-Dazs, the most purchased brand among American consumers, edged out Ben & Jerry's and Breyers number 3 in America. Tillamook is the brand West favors most. Bluebell rules the South. Blue Bunny owns the Plains. Now, Tillamook is made of... I see that. I've gotten that a lot. I mean, that's a really good ice cream. It shows up a lot in Publix these days down here.
Yeah, that's good vanilla. You know, the older I get, the more I like... My dad used to eat vanilla all the time. We're going, what are you doing?
Nah, that's
But
silly.
the older I get, the more I like vanilla.
Well, you know, I do think I'll just get coffee once in a while. I let it get nice and soft a little bit. I just, but I'll put stuff on it anyway.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Westerners, I'm sorry?
What's your favorite ice cream?
Actually, probably, it's hard to say, probably original pistachio. The real green pistachio ice cream and real pistachio.
Bluebell's
real
got
full
a good one.
pistachio. I don't like Haagen-Dazs has a pistachio, but they crunch up all the nuts in a little teeny little crystal. I want full pistachio.
Has a good pistachio.
Yeah. But I like chocolate fudgy type ice cream. Stuff like that.
If it's not my homemade that I do for my grandmother's recipe, which is the best vanilla ever, I like Ben & Jerry's New York Super Fudge Chunk.
Yeah, I like that.
But that's a good winter
I like
ice
their
cream.
Cherry Garcia, too, by the way.
But a good summer ice cream is the Haagen-Dazs Vanilla Swiss Almond. 'Cause that's good when it's hot
that's good.
outside. That's a great ice cream.
I've had them all. I love ice cream. In fact, I haven't bought ice cream in months. I used to have ice cream at least every night. A big bowl of it. Of course, that's back when I was a little heavier.
And chocolate almond from Mayfield is perfect with birthday cake.
I'm not a big chocolate almond guy. I'm not a huge chocolate ice cream fan. I love chocolate in ice cream stuff, but I don't like just plain chocolate ice cream. All right, sorry, I'm distracting everybody here. Give her P and Fly 328 ice cream, silly rabbit. Let's see. Out of respect for the latest American casualties in the war in Iran, I will just very briefly mention a salute and God bless you for your service. A woman soldier, 19 years old, Private Isabella Gonzalez, 19 and a private, Carrollton, Texas, and First Lieutenant Tyler James Freehan of Hawaii, 25 years old, were killed after missile strikes on the air base east of Amman, Jordan. A third service member was also killed Saturday in a controlled detonation of a downed Iranian drone. Donald Trump said, "We feel very badly, but these great people, those great patriots were out there fighting that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon." Iran's been very badly damaged. They've lost pretty much everything militarily, got very little left. We'll see what happens. And the CENTCOM is targeting Iranian military command and so forth. And Donald Trump says, we will be avenged many times over. Those heroes who lost their lives, avenged many times over. And Donald Trump will be at Dover Air Base tomorrow for the dignified transfer of their remains. And, of course, Iran is still, shooting back and doing stuff like that. But, and again, it's true, and it's horrible. But the fact of the matter is, I know this is a Marine saying, and I think it's military all the way, and it stands true for military all the way. If you join the military, you are writing a check to the United States government payable with your life. And you're hoping they don't have to cash it. But if you enlist in the military, you're writing them a check payable with your life. And you shouldn't, that's the deal. And everybody knows it, and that's the deal. All right, quick. I've a lot about this soccer stuff. Also, the British Open, and we got Brave. We're going to do a lot of sports stuff coming up here, and more than Donald Trump also on Netanyahu. I love the freaking mayor of New York says, will arrest Netanyahu? Yeah, try it. Put the nerve on that guy. All right, hold on. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 1063-404-741-1230 if you want to join in here.
This is Tom, your favorite with Ron, and I'll let Ron tell you a little bit about his experience with us, and not only that, but the differences between a new car dealership and the Honest Car Guy, because there is a difference, with no doc fees and no addendums. It's kind of straightforward. They get to see what we pay for the car, and that's not something you get at a dealership.
Usually we're back and forth, and then you get like 1,400 pages of paper. And in this case, we did it all online. I mean, it was like, okay, I don't mind doing paperwork once I know that this is the deal.
And you got to see the financing, the numbers up front before you even bought it. You can make that call, and within hours, we can find you the car you want from your home. I mean, I had a customer call me and say, hey, I bought a car in my pajamas.
If I'd have had some, I'd have been wearing them.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an Honest Car Buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME1, or visit honestcarguy.com. Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Steel. Summer doesn't wait, and neither do the projects around your home. From trimming and cleanup to tackling overgrown spaces, Steel Power Equipment helps you get more done while spending less time in the heat. Built for performance and reliability, Steel is ready to keep up with whatever work comes your way. Find the right Steel equipment at Howard Brothers and spend more time enjoying summer. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Steel and Howard Brothers.
Hey Braves fans, it's Tom Glavine, and when my ride needs a wash, I head straight to Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Their friendly team and industry-leading technology give my car the ultimate shine every time. Experience an elite clean you can count on at Tidal Wave Auto Spa, the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves and my go-to car wash destination.
My car is happy. I am happy. Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
Hello, folks. This is your captain speaking. As we prepare to take off, I'd like you to draw your attention to the dimmed lights, lit candles, and soothing sounds of smooth jazz. We'll be making love shortly and taking off in just a moment. Please fasten your seatbelts and enjoy the ride. And this is your captain speaking again. As you can see, we're experiencing engine failure. Looks like we're not going to get this bird off the ground tonight.
Sound like your sex life? Did you know that 50% of men over 50 struggle with some form of ED? If you're struggling with ED, we understand the feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there is help. You need Dr. Deal and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They specialize in treatments like the P-Shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, and Trimix. Schedule your appointment today. Call 404-777-1911 and learn more online at tbtofga.com.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House, and now the thought of the day. There's only a few things that a safe from the Safe House can't protect you from. The biggest one is socialist Democrats trying to steal elections. Does that really happen? Yes, it does. So for real security, drop by the Safe House and let us show you how to protect your hard-earned valuables from theft and fire. We are the exclusive Browning and Fort Knox safe dealer in the area. That's right, we're the only ones. So don't go unprotected. Go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com. That's AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
When you sign your company's insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. We'll see you again a year later. Time for renewal. What do you say we play golf? Your business runs all year, and the gaps and the risk run all year, too. That's why I'm introducing Super Sure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex just to buy a policy online. Super Sure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Super Sure, you can access tools like Fine Print Facts, which translates a current policy into plain English so you can see what's covered and what's not. Plus, a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is actually worth so you know what you actually need to protect. So go to supersure.com/Beck right now. One super agency, one powerful platform. All your policies in one place. That's supersure.com/Beck.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
I got a couple of Jackson Brown songs on my magic music stick. And here's a monster hit. 2009. Jackson Brown settled his lawsuit against Senator John McCain and the GOP. They were using Running on Empty from 1977. And the GOP campaign used without permission from Jackson Brown in 2008. It was on the internet and TV ads. McCain and the GOP apologized for using the song. They said McCain himself had no knowledge of it, wasn't involved in it, so they're sorry. Running on empty. What's the one I like? The closeout or the closeout? I think it's called the closeout or something like that, where he talks about packing up the chairs and saying goodbye, and the band rolls at make the piano the last thing you put in the truck. The loadout.
The whole album's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great song. And yeah, I've got the loadout, and next to it I have the one where where she needs a boyfriend or something. What the hell's that one?
She eats her boyfriend.
No. He sees this girl and he says she's so special. He wants her to be his girlfriend, and she's looking for a boyfriend, and he hears her over talking. Oh God, what's the name of that stupid song? It's a great song. I hate myself. Anyway, well, I hate myself anyway. General principle. Anyway, so that's the deal on what were we doing actually? Rolling on lifty there. Losing it, Peterson. Let's see. How about a birthday note is a Julianne Hough. You know Julianne Hough? Attractive woman, a dancer. Julianne Hough is 38. She made herself known with Dancing with the Stars. She did a little TV movie work with Footloose and Burlesque and some other things. Julianne Hough, 38 years old there. And on this day in history, and I remember this very well, 1984, you may have seen the cover of the book or and magazines, running magazines of Jim Fixx, F-I-X-X, Jim Fixx, the running advocate. He started an awful lot of people jogging, including me. His book was The Complete Book of Running in 1977. Jim Fixx launched a nationwide running craze, and in fact, well, let me think now. I think, yeah, it was right about then when I got my first pair of running shoes and started jogging, started running 2 or 3 miles a day just to get used to it. Jim Fixx he launched that nationwide craze for running, but it was on this day in 1984 he died of a heart attack while he was jogging. Fixx started running and quit smoking at age 35. He weighed 215, smoked 2 packs a day. Years later, when his book came out, The Complete Book of Running was published. He weighed 160, and the book sold 1 million copies, and he may have suffered a congenital heart defect, as his father died of a heart attack when he was 43 years old. And Jim Fixx died at this, he was, it doesn't say how old he was when he died. That's kind of weird. Oh, yeah, 52. Jim Fixx, 52, died on this day in 1984. Okay, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Now, We got a lot of political stuff. Holy crap at sports coming up at 5:15. But I want to jump in on this. I have so many things about freaking soccer. First of all, Pete Davis and Flounder, did you guys watch the final soccer match on Sunday?
The consolation game was way better.
Saturday, I've heard.
Saturday game was great.
Yeah.
Now, that would be the number one sport in America if they played like that most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we watched Sunday's game.
Did you watch like the whole thing, or I mean, 'cause it's like 2
we had
hours.
it. I was doing some laundry. We were doing stuff, but we had it on the TV the entire time.
Yeah.
So.
And Pete, how about you? Were you fixed to it as a sports guy?
I did. I watched the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I did is I DVR'd it. And because I knew what was going to happen, and so, but I wanted to be able to see it. In other words, I wanted to be available to it. Since it was in the afternoon, I would have plenty of time to look at it, later in a bit. Anyway, all right, so I DVR'd the whole thing, and I started to watch it because I really did want to. What's happened in America these last few weeks because of the World Soccer Cup business and the people who came here from around the world it's just the social media. I love America, so it's overwhelming. I love the whole idea. I think Donald Trump is right. I think we should have another one. I think we should do it a lot. I think this was I just felt great about it, and it's killing me that I know the Democrats don't give a damn and would never say anything nice about America, despite all the foreigners, loving our country. Anyway, okay, I DVR'd it, and then I watched a little bit, but I was doing stuff. I Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. And so, but I kept coming back to it. And when I was near the end, I would start at the beginning, and I was fast forward on my DVR. And every time I'd look at the score, 0-0, minute 27, 0-0, minute 49, 0-0, minute 82, 0. I knew it. But I would watch a few minutes at a time because I really wanted to know more about soccer. I've never played soccer. I've seen a couple of seconds of it at various times, but I've never studied soccer. I don't know what their strategy is and, things like that, if there's actually an offense or, whatever. And so I tried. But, okay, a couple of observations. You freaking crybabies. What is the theatrics? Every time they get tangled up together, oh my leg, and it's screaming and rolling on the ground. Oh, God, oh, my leg. What the hell is that? I mean, look up, they're freaking acting. I mean, seriously, it's like fake wrestling. I don't mean cage fighting. I mean the fake wrestling. It's just acting. You be freaking goofballs. And then ironically, they still allow people to literally shove a guy out of the way.
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't use your hands in soccer. How can you shove a guy to the ground? I mean, I must have seen that 10 times.
Yeah. and if the referee's been paid off by one side, he'll see that. But he won't see the other side pushing the guy down.
I mean,
it's so
obvious.
rife with corruption.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it.
It's like holding on every call in the NFL.
Yeah,
you can call somebody during one of those penalty kicks every single time.
Right.
So the times they do it, you go, "What are you doing, man?"
Did you see him grabbing? I mean, literally throwing him to the ground.
Tackle each other. And they touch the referee. They grab him. They jostle him. I've never seen anything like that.
Oh my leg! The freaking why. And then the other thing is when if they get tangled up and a guy goes to the ground and he's screaming in line and he's going like this, he says, "Hey, where's the call? Where's the call?" Like he's laying on the ground. In the meantime, the play is going on. All his teammates are running down the field. He's laying on the ground trying to get the ref to say something. Get up and do your thing. I mean, I can't believe anything about this stuff. It's hysterical. And we're going to talk about poor sportsmanship too. Lionel Messi and the Argentine players walked out the back door after the game. We're going to talk about the fight here in a second too. Messi, they say the greatest player in the history of the world.
He's not.
Well, he's obviously in the top.
I think Pele's better than him.
Okay,
I saw Pele play. I think he's better.
Okay. Well, but he's a major star. I mean,
he scores.
Yeah, he's a guy.
But Pele did everything.
Yeah, and again, of course, they lost. Argentina players are, they're supposed to have people on the team at every major sporting event. Especially this is the World Series and the Super Bowl of soccer, and they're supposed to meet the press and talk to the press. How could they possibly not want to talk to the press? And they just skipped out the back door.
They didn't get one shot on goal until overtime.
Yeah,
that's unheard of.
They took 2 total or something ridiculous.
Well, that's how good Spain was too. But they didn't show up. Argentina didn't show up, and their coach, punched one of the Spaniard guys after.
Yeah, there was a brawl. Did you see that after the game?
In fact, we got that punches
fight.
thrown. The enraged Leandro Paredes on the pitch at MetLife Stadium punched the Spain defender Eric Garcia after the final whistle. He charged toward Garcia, forced him hard to the ground, struck him with his hand in the throat. Spain midfielder Gavi shoved somebody, and the larger brawl broke out.
What is this, the WNBA?
The whole scene on air, Paredes throwing 2 or 3 haymakers into somebody's face. There's no way to lose like that. Man, people say, how many times have we seen this from Argentina? The reaction on the whistle is terrible. The disciplinary committee of FIFA is going to be looking into it.
They're going to suspend some. I guarantee you. The coach will be suspended. The players will be suspended. They should be fined heavily. Not just heavily for not showing up afterwards.
And one guy hit a guy in the throat.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, this guy Paredes.
And then they decide they're not going to do the post-game interviews. They should be, in fact, dock them a game in the next one. If they make them have to do twice as hard to make the next one.
It's just, it would really bother me. And again, I'm not a soccer guy. I don't know anything about soccer other than I know a lot more now than I did because I've been paying attention to it. But it's, after all the incredible positive, loving energy and emotion of how beautiful our country is, and people going to Buc-ee's, and how many stories did we hear about people taking ranch dressing back to Europe, for God's sakes, by the trunk full because they love that whole land, flavors of creamer. It's just hysterical, and the love that people have shown to this country and put it all in the open to say, everybody's been wrong about us. It's just overflowing with the emotion and all this wonderful thing about the World Cup. And then this has to happen. A bunch of freaking whining crybaby theatrical players who are so full of themselves that they refuse any kind of good sportsmanship after one of the great events this country's ever staged. This was as much fun as any Olympics I can remember. I don't remember any. In fact, let me ask you this. Do you ever remember any Olympics in America where world travelers came to this country and were all over social media saying, boy, we love your country? Ever? Has anybody ever done anything about any worldwide coverage, Super Bowl or, anything like that ever? This brought all of it out. I've never seen it before. And then they have to end it with this bad sportsmanship. It was negative and nasty. And you freaking cowards and just slimy fakes. It really just gave me a bad taste about soccer. Soccer sucks. If that's a representation of what soccer is for the world, you can all kiss my foot. What kind of an example is that? For Argentina, had been, 2-time world champion back-to-back or something, and this is how they leave the game after this freaking event in America for all these few weeks. It's been unbelievable. And that's how they end it, with a fight and then storming out the back door like a bunch of freaking cowards afraid to own up to it.
And almost every time they get to the final game, it ends in a penalty and shootouts because the players are so tight and so afraid of making a mistake that they don't play the way they used to do. On Saturday, they played balls out. England jumps out 4-0. Okay, it's over, right? France comes out after halftime. Boom, boom, boom. Scores 3 straight goals. It comes down to the very end before England pulls away. That was exciting. 10 goals were scored because they're playing loose and they're playing fast and they're playing offensive. That would be a sport that catches on here. Yeah. What happened yesterday? People watch that. They're going, I can't watch that several times a week.
Right out of the half, I was like, this is the most boring game.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was DVRing and fast forward.
Other than some of the shots on goal from the Argentina goal had some great stops.
What was more boring, the British Open or the World Cup? It was horrible, both of them.
We'll get to that in a minute. In fact, the Argentina guy was all upset because he should have been named the MVP of the tournament. But, of course, they lost, and so he didn't. But people were saying that the goalkeeper for Argentina.
Oh, he was great.
Brilliant, yeah. And he should have been rewarded, but it's, my God. Anyway, all right, we got so much more. Come on, Pete and Flounder. Happy Monday. Join us if you feel like it. I don't know. We're here anyway, What the hell,
It's Toyota's Big One sales event at Marietta Toyota now through August 3rd. And if you commute every day, the 2026 Toyota Camry may be the one to see first. It's now all hybrid with up to 53 miles per gallon city, an easy way to cut fuel stops without giving up comfort. And with 50 Camrys in stock, Marietta Toyota has the selection to help you find the trim and color you actually want.
Every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, limited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. And we've been voted Best of Cobb for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Camry Hybrid. As low as 4.99% APR for 48 months through August 3rd. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota, since 1975. We've been here and will be here for you.
4.99% APR for 48 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/3/2026. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title, and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Jerry.
And we are
Tom and Jerry's Roofing.
Yes, that's our real names.
And together, we have 70 years in the roofing industry. But taking care of you and your home is our priority and our passion.
But our other passion is taking care of veterans, and that's why every roof we do gives back to the vets.
That's right, Tom. First, we take care of your roof, and then we take care of the brave men and women who protect us.
So if you have roofing issues, from repairs to replacement, call Tom and Jerry's Roofing and help us give back to America's heroes.
Find us at tomandjerrysroofing.com.
That's tomandjerrysroofing.com.
What a season. The boys are giving us plenty to celebrate, but if you've celebrated a little too hard after a win and ended up in jail, you need A Second Chance bail bonds. We handle bonds from the stadium to the city, and in most cases, we can have you or your loved one out in a matter of hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT. Or online at atlbail.com.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mark O'Brien, President and CEO of Lake Point Sports, the premier travel and youth sports destination.
So Lake Point Sports, it's recognized as the premier travel and youth sports destination in the country. And so while it's here in greater Atlanta, in the state of Georgia, we have over 2.5 million visitors coming to the campus from all over the world throughout the year. Our predecessors, they did a tremendous job really pulling together the 1,300 acres, and they had an incredible vision on what this could be. And it's not only, what it is from a sports destination, but from an economic impact perspective. So we generate well north of $100 million of economic impact annually.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit georgiapower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Hey, what's up? It's Drake Baldwin here to talk about my personal Rookie of the Year, Superior Plumbing. They say you can't be Rookie of the Year more than once, but Superior has been proving themselves for over 40 years as the GOAT of plumbing. Whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or water heater, I call Superior Plumbing, and you should too. They handle each job with care and honesty. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
I think about Providence often these days, the idea that we're stewards of our families, our communities, our own safety. The founders understood this. It's woven into the fabric of who we are as Americans. And I want to share something with you. It's called Byrna, B-Y-R-N-A, and it's changed how I think about personal protection. Here's the thing. Most people assume self-defense is complicated, that you need training, licensing, government approval. But Byrna is legal in all 50 states. No permit, no background check. Because your right to protect your family shouldn't require anyone's permission. The range on this is 60 feet. That's not pepper spray distance. That's real distance. It gives you time to think, to move, to get your family safe. It's simple enough that anyone can use it, anyone. And it's built in Fort Wayne, Indiana, right here in America, in American hands, American craftsmanship. And that matters to me, and I think it matters to you. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you being prepared isn't paranoia. It's love. It's what we do for the people that you do anything for. So go to Byrna, BYRNA.com/Glenn.
Now, here we go now. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3, how's your Monday? Braves back in town. I think it's 4 games, with whoever. I forgot who they're playing, but they're back in town here. It's the Stones.
You make me hard.
You
make me weak.
Oh, my. That's kind of kinky.
You're so sweet. And someday, babe, we got to meet.
All right, now who's actually singing here?
That's Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
Is that Mick? I don't even recognize. I figured it was. Wow. Thought somebody else filling in.
Glimpse of you.
1999, the Stones tour, a gross income of $337 million. That's a third of $1 billion. 2 years of touring from their Bridges to Babylon and No Security tours. The Stones had played in front of almost 6 million people. 1999, a third of $1 billion around the world action here. Come Pete and Fly. Here we go. Now there's Mick. I don't like when he uses his other voice. Yeah. There you go. A little more like it there, guy. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? Our birthday list includes Carlos Alazraqui. Carlos Alazraqui, I know I mispronounced that, 64 years old. He was Deputy Garcia on Reno 911. Every time I saw it, I thought it was a funny show. I didn't watch it much for some reason, but when I saw it, I thought it was kind of funny. Anyway, this guy, Carlos, is 64, Reno 911, Deputy Garcia. But he was also the famous voice of Yo Quiero Taco Bell. He did the Taco Bell commercials of the Chihuahua in the 90s. Carlos Alazraqui. Alazraqui, I think it is. I don't know, 64. All right, sir. And now, a little history note for you. 1923, Mexican revolutionary Pancho Villa was driving through Parral, Mexico on this day in 1923 when he was slaughtered with a hail of 40 bullets. While driving through the town, he was buried the next day, but Pancho Villa's grave was dug up and his head stolen 3 years later. All right, sir? Pancho Villa, 1923. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? One more thing about the soccer business. And again, holy crap at sports, we'll talk more about this, but I didn't want to interrupt Pete's thing, but I have so many comments about the stupid I'm so disappointed in the game of soccer, of the professional soccer people. Have you ever seen that in any other sport for their World Series or the Super Bowl or whatever, hockey, what do they call it, the Stanley Cup or whatever? Have you ever seen anything like that from a losing team after a tremendous, playoff series and then a final and a champion? Have you ever seen that in any other sport? I'm trying to...
the tennis players do it all the time, but I can't recall a team being
that's not
this
a team.
blatant about it.
A team, thing where they just... I'm very disappointed. I don't mean to belabor the point. Oh, by the way, how funny would it be during the New Jersey air restriction? These guys in their general aviation airplanes, flying around to try to kind of get a view of the thing, stuff like that. All of a sudden, they got an F-16 jet fighter next to them out their left window, and a pilot saying, "You want to put that out of here, please, and get the hell out of here." NORAD threw out flares to draw pilots' attention. They had general aviation aircraft, and they had more than 10 of them were interdicted in restricted airspace. And can you imagine one of those guys who looks out his window, all of a sudden there's a F-16 jet fighter pointing, go over that way, sir, before I blow you out of the sky, you idiot. Now, a quick thing on the British Open. Again, I don't like links courses like that. It's just the ball could bounce into these unbelievable positions with no fault of yours. A great shot and could be rewarded with horror things and stuff like that. Plus, the weather was beautiful, so there was no normal. The British Open normally golf tournament is a mess because it's cold and windy and raining or stormy, and it's just a thing. That's part of the thing. But these links courses can be absolutely brutal. And Pete and I were talking beforehand. It was pretty boring. In terms of a world championship thing, except the very end. I DVR'd that to watch bits and pieces, and I did watch about the last 5 holes, and that was really very exciting. And it came out the way I was kind of hoping it did, although a couple other guys. Anyway, whatever. At least finding. But let me ask you this. Okay, if you're a golfer, oh my God, Flounder, we got a Flounder's Funny. I'm going to have to finish this after.
No, dude, we'll get the Flounder's Funny.
If you're watching a golf tournament, especially a major championship, when a player's in the fairway and he's got a club in his hand, he's ready to hit the ball, what do you want to know as a TV viewer? You want to know 2 things. How far is the shot and what's he hitting? That's all you want to know. How far is it and what's he hitting? Because there were times when the guy was teeing off on these links courses with burned out courses and fairway stuff. A guy drove on one of the par 4s with a 3-iron and went 320 yards. I mean, it's unbelievable if you're golf. But if all you want to know those two things, and if they don't give them to you, then you're very distracted and upset the whole freaking time. And that's what it was over and over and over. You just want to know those two stupid things. How far is it and what's he going to hit? Anyway, other than that, the ending part was exciting. I'll say that for him. Now, did I blow the whole Flounders funny, or you want to do it? What do you want to do?
Let's see here. Do we have time?
We got a minute? Nah, we don't have quite.
No, we'll
don't
get
worry
it
about it. We'll do it. We'll do it right after the top of the news, and we'll get politics more on a lot of good politics stuff too, including that bomb idiot in New York City. And by the way, my buddy Larry, I got a Facebook message from my buddy Larry from years ago. He said, Kimmer, what was that thing you used to say about the girl at the end of the bar? One of my favorite savings was, no matter how beautiful and sexy that hot blonde looks sitting at the end of the bar, somewhere, some guy is happy as hell that he got rid of her. Just remember that, guys, when Jerry said, well, I wanted to remind apparently Jerry had a little outing adventure or something. Hold on, it's coming up on 4 o'clock already. Kevin Payne, Flounder and Flounders Funny is next, and your call's too. Look up.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
Wanted to hurt people. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's what the FBI is saying about a man in custody, now identified as an Army veteran, Andrew Arabaka, after a fire was set outside a federal building in New York City earlier today.
He poured gasoline onto the ground and ignited it with a lighter and an incendiary device. That device was a firework, a large firework in a canister.
FBI Assistant Director in charge in New York, James Barnacle, says the suspect also had a pellet gun, knives, a hammer, and a machete, firing several pellets toward the building before being taken into custody. That building houses multiple federal agencies, including immigration offices. Barnacle says the suspect had anti-ICE materials and made anti-ICE statements.
He is an anti-American, anti-government extremist. We know that from what he said. We know that from what he is said post-arrest.
For now, the investigation continues. The attack left 3 people with minor injuries, 1 civilian and 2 government employees. The conflict with Iran now blamed for at least 17 deaths of U.S. service members, including several over the weekend.
The U.S. has targeted Iran's positions inside Iran for the past 9 nights. CENTCOM saying they have hit command and control centers as well as launching sites for drones and ballistic missiles. These U.S. attacks come after 3 U.S. service members killed in Jordan on Friday, the result of an Iran ballistic missile strike.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Tel Aviv. 2 of those service members have been identified. A 3rd set of remains was found, and a 4th soldier killed in Iraq during a controlled detonation of an Iranian drone. Neither side is ruling out continued diplomacy, but publicly Iran remains defiant, while also suggesting there have been new proposals from mediators. A mixed finish on Wall Street, the Dow down 305. America is listening to Fox News.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Food truck owners, today business will be booming. People will love your new menu and not make special orders. You will not roll your eyes when someone calls it a quesadilla. You will also switch to Progressive to get 30 customizable coverage options and restore your inner peace. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK, LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
That's right. I've always liked the Carpenters. And I love the notes at the end in the old hi-fi stereo headphones. The last 2 notes and the doing at the end just made me shiver. Here's Karen.
Such a feeling's coming over me.
Poor girl. What a shame.
There is wonder in most everything I
1971, The Carpenters Show, Make Your Own Kind of Music. Started 6 weeks, run on TV at NBC, and a concept of the show was the alphabet. In the first week, 1971, Herb Alpert introduced the show starting next to a big letter A. In every week's show, the cast would work its way through the alphabet, ending with a program, the letter Z. Guest stars had appeared in the 8-episode series, including Herb Alpert, Jose Feliciano, you idiot, Dusty Springfield, and Helen Reddy. And the Carpenters, and we won't play the whole thing, but at the very end, back in the old days with the old stereo headphones, the very end of this song has a high note ding at the very end when they get to the very end, the last part of the song. And the old-fashioned stereo headphones is just really, really cool. If you ever get a chance to listen to it, you'll enjoy the crap out of it. Kim, Repeat, and Flounder, our birthday list includes Donna Dixon. Donna Dixon, 69. Garth's Dream Woman in Wayne's World. Tom Hanks's Dream Woman in Bosom Buddies. She was also in Spies Like Us with Dan Aykroyd, among others. And did you know this? Did you know that Donna Dixon and Dan Aykroyd split up after 39 years of marriage? However, they're still married. They decided to part. They don't live together, but they wanted to stay married, which is bizarre. After 39 years, they decided to stay married and not live together. Okie dokie. And now, 1881, the story of Sitting Bull. 5 years after Lieutenant Colonel George Custer's infamous defeat at the Battle of the Little Bighorn, Hunk Papa Teton Sioux leader Sitting Bull surrenders to the Army. They promised him amnesty for him and his followers. He was a major leader in the resulting death of Custer. He was also popular in the Cheyenne and Arapaho Native American groups, was made principal chief of the entire Sioux Nation. He traveled for a season in 1885, Sitting Bull, with Buffalo Bill Cody's Wild West show. Then went back to the reservation. In 89, he influenced the Ghost Dance, which is a religious movement of Indians, saying that the white man would disappear and the dead American Indian in Buffalo would rule the world again. Well, that's when people started getting a little nervous about it. There's some confusion as what happened when police broke into Sitting Bull's house on the reservation in 1890, tried to arrest him. Not exactly sure what happened. Sitting Bull's warrior shot the leader of the police, who turned immediately and gunned down Sitting Bull. In another account, they were told that the police were instructed by Major McLaughlin, the director of Standing Rock Sioux Agency, to kill him. Sitting Bull was shot. He died within hours. The police buried his body immediately, but in 1953, his remains were moved to South Dakota, where there's a shaft of granite marking his resting place. Sitting Bull turned himself in and then got killed in a dispute of some kind when they went to arrest him for religious stuff. Holy smokes. Kim, Repeat, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230. They got that guy who, I saw the video. This guy shows up outside a federal building in New York City and pours a whole bunch of gasoline in front of the building and then lights it on fire. Big fire, smoke, stuff like that. A couple of injuries reported because of it. They've caught the guy. He was an anti-ICE rioter. So once again, we can blame the Democrat Party, blaming Republicans for what's going on in America. And so the Democrats are telling people, fight ICE all you can. Do everything you can to fight ICE. They're Nazis and they're separating families and they're just masked agents who are taking people off the street. How many more examples of liberals spurning action of violence in the name of politics? And there's not one Democrat leader. Who are the Democrat leaders? Or Democrat, socialist, communist leaders who are calling for an end to violence? Not one. Nope. Not one since they shot Donald Trump in the face. They still haven't called for the end of violence for political reasons. I mean, it's astounding. Well, they've called for an end of ICE agents, which they call responsible for violence against innocent illegal immigrants. Just astounding. He had anti-ICE stuff on him. He had a pellet gun and a couple of pellet guns and a manifesto against ICE. And, this is all Democrats are doing it. It's simple as that. And by the way, speaking of New York, of course, Mondami, the commie mayor, has said that because the International Criminal Courts, the ICC, has put out a warrant for the arrest of the Israeli leader Netanyahu, that Mondami says if he shows up in New York, he's going to be arrested. Well, I don't think so. Donald Trump says Netanyahu was praised for fighting against the Islamic Republic of Iran, and they're the ones who should be facing arrest. The only ones who should be arrested are the people who led this Iran into unprecedented spiral of death and destruction. Somebody should have done it years ago by previous presidents, and they never did. And Mondami said, well, warrants should be honored. Yeah. Of course, Marco Rubio says the ICC, this International Criminal Court, is a threat to American sovereignty. And Donald Trump says nobody's getting arrested in New York City. If Netanyahu comes to New York, nobody's getting arrested. By the way, speaking of Democrats, God knows what's going to happen at Wheeler High School on Wednesday. Luckily, we'll be in Alpharetta doing our live shot at the Shuck and Shack on Main Street in Alpharetta. But Wednesday, Donald Trump's coming to Cobb County to go to Wheeler High School. And he's going there to announce his partnering with local organizations for his tax dollar program where... Okay, you would think when the President of the United States would show up at a high school to tell those children and their younger brothers and sisters how their parents can enroll them in a program that will make them fairly wealthy in a very short number of years, especially for their younger brethren when they started early. It would be a program good for anybody wanting to invest in America and getting money for it and making a lot of money. How could that be? How is that bad in any way for anybody?
When was the last time Democrats did something intelligent?
I mean, seriously.
They're idiots.
I mean, it's for your benefit.
No, the children's benefit. They don't even care.
Right. This is amazing. It's to set up investment accounts that track the stock market on behalf of children. And if you leave it alone and your parents invest in it and match the federal government stuff, you're going to be rich. You're going to be, even if they do just the minimum stuff, chances are if you start it when you're a baby or a kid or toddler, whatever, if you start the program, by the time the kid's ready to go to college, he's probably going to have 50 or 80 grand in the bank. His, free and clear, all his, do whatever he wants. It's just astounding. And if you do it right with your parents, you might be worth $500,000. Seriously, these freaking Democrats, and they're saying, it's tax dollars for misusing as a host of political spectacle rather than preparing classrooms for incoming students. So they're going to demand that leaders contact the main office of the Cobb County School Board, demand the school officials turn away the event. So they're demanding a demonstration against Donald Trump supporting a school visit on Wednesday. And, of course, now the kids are not in class. He's going to the school. But obviously the Democrats are going to try to cause trouble. It's just astounding. Oh, and by the way, the Cobb County Democrat Party, you know who their chairperson is? Identified as a woman named Essence Johnson. Essence Johnson, all right, sir. And she says the superintendent should be ragged out, and the board Republicans calling it a partisan farce. And they also have plans to host a No Kings rally as close to the school as they can on Wednesday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So they're going to try to disrupt everything. And by the way, isn't it hysterical that these liberal Democrat socialist communists want to have a system where they eliminate the Supreme Court, make the president a figurehead just like a king, and have Congress and no Senate, and have a Congress, a group of leaders would make the determination about the culture of the country? Isn't that a king? Isn't that a king with a parliament? If the king doesn't run the country, but he's there as a titular head and can have, then what do you mean no kings? They want to have a king. That's exactly what they want. If we have a president, they don't want him to have any power over actually running the government. They want the parliament to do it.
They want a democracy, which means a mob rule. Yeah. They want a mob of people in the House of Representatives tell us what to do. That's
all in favor.
With no checks and balances.
Yeah. All in favor of free pizza on Fridays. Raise your hand. Hey, good. We're getting free pizza on Fridays. There's your new country. Holy smokes. Seriously. Oh, and by the way, talking about privilege, How about the privilege of loose moral privilege, or maybe Nazi rape-loving privilege? Sonny Hostin back in the news. And if you remember the story, it was about like a week ago, and we didn't really talk much about it because I think this woman is a danger. I think she's an insurrectionist and a traitor to her country on The View, as they all are, as far as I'm concerned. And we'll hear from her here in a second. Also, Holding Up Sports coming up later, and Flounders Funnies, and we got some tweets and your phone calls and a lot of newsy stuff here going up on a remote on Wednesday. And Alfred, all right, look out, here we go.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
I promise, if you could give me 2 minutes right now, it could and will change your life. For many people, many years ago, ski lift, Vail, Colorado, talking to the guy next to me. He's a plumber. I asked him, how in the world do you afford to come here every year like this? He said, it's simple. I don't ever spend dollar bills. We stopped for a bowl of chili at Midvale, and I asked him to explain it to me. He said, whenever I leave the house in the morning, I have no currency smaller than a $5 bill. Whatever I spend money on, if I get dollar bills and change, I do not spend them. I stuff them in a pocket. I put them away. Every year, when it comes time for a ski trip, I have the money right there. Airfare, lift ticket, everything. I tried it. It works. I had people who felt that there was no way they could ever save any money. They lived paycheck to paycheck. Please try it. They did. Suddenly, out of nowhere, after a month or two, where did this couple of $100 come from? Trust me, you can do this. If you want to buy something and you know you're going to pull out a $5 bill or more and get dollar bills and change that you can't afford to put away, then don't buy it, whatever it is. The money will add up. At the end of the month, minimum, you'll have $100 bills in there. Oh, and by the way, here's something else. This is exactly how those huge credit card bills accrue. You're spending $1 here, $1.95 there. Not big charges, small ones that add up to a debt you don't think you'll ever be able to pay off. Dollar bills. Don't spend them. Save them. And for many of you, it will change your life. You can thank me later. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett has it for you. Like the 2026 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4, or the 2026 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right size SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
America, Chuck, yeah. Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the US of A at Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
Babe, can you knock out my honey-do list today?
Oh, I know. I told you I'd get to it this weekend.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalomia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. I can't fix your marriage, but I can fix your house. With our handyman for a day service, we'll handle those drywall patches, that door that won't latch, the leaky faucet, and the wood rot all around your house. The whole punch list, done fast, done right. You keep your weekend, she gets the house done, everybody wins. Book your handyman for a day at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Purple Wave Auction Box. Hey there, folks. If you're buying or selling equipment, ride the wave.
Ride the wave. Purple Wave Auction makes it easy to sell.
Easy to buy. Construction, ag, fleet, and government equipment. All no reserve. All online.
All online.
Cruise on over to purplewave.com and get in the groove today.
Purplewave.com. In the white room with black curtains near the station.
There we go. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and Cream. As 1968, Cream began 4 weeks at number 1 on American album chart with Wheels of Fire, a double album. Consisted of a studio and a live record. Reached number 3 in Britain, number 1 in America. Cream, 1968. Wow. Are they the ones who did The White Room? It kind of sounds like this.
That's what you're listening to.
That's what you're listening to right now. Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Notice how it said, in the white room.
Oh, that's why I heard it.
In the white room.
Hey, thank you.
Good night, everybody.
I gotta go. I gotta get ready for the remote Wednesday. Oh my God! I'm definitely gonna go hit balls Wednesday morning. I swear. I'll be up at 5 o'clock. I'll be feeding you stuff before 6, and then I'll get everything done. And I think I'm.
I won't bring any of it.
Well, that'd be interesting.
I watch it. He'll forget it. I guarantee you.
You'd be risking. You'd be taking a very big risk, my friend.
We'll be interviewing the pizza delivery boy.
That's right. I'll be
oyster shucker.
I'd be telling all my stories. So that's what would be the killer. I tell all my stories, and I got a million you haven't heard either. Anyways, look up.
I think you should wander into the crowd and offer $10 if a woman in her purse has a bobby pin or do Monty Hall.
Monty Hall. For a silver dollar, $80 for a silver dollar. That was, we never missed it. I never missed that show. It was just fun, silly, and stupid. Monty Hall. Oh my God! What was it called?
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal. Yeah. What's behind box? Was that the one behind box number 3 with what's her name?
Yeah, with Carol Merrill behind door number 3.
Yeah,
and here
you want
comes
to trade
Jay with the box.
Yeah, do you want to trade or do you want to keep what you got? Oh, man. That was what a silly, and very popular and fun to watch. Just fun to watch, like the old days.
It was better than The Price is Right. To me, it was better.
Yeah. But remember, that those were just fun TV days. Family time, watch TV and have a little fun, just for entertainment. What the hell happened?
I know.
I mean, seriously.
Everyone got so bloody. All the hippies grew up and took over, and they made everything so damn serious and political.
Well, of course,
Screw the hippie generation, by the way.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I agree. And we've really let people down about that whole generation. All right, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Let's see. Our birthday list includes Sandra Oh. Sandra Oh is 55, known for Grey's Anatomy, Killing Eve, Sideways, Arliss. Sandra Oh, 55 years old today. And on this day in history, Flounder, are you old enough to remember who Arthur Murray is? Do you know that name?
Arthur Murray?
Arthur Murray.
No.
Pete Davis, how about you? You know Arthur Murray, I'm assuming, right?
It was the dance studios.
Yeah. Well, on this day in 1950, the TV show The Arthur Murray Party debuts on ABC television, hosted by the famous dancers Arthur Murray and his wife Catherine. It ran for 10 years. It was basically, and the reason this is interesting, possibly, is for 10 years, it was basically the longest running commercial on TV. Arthur Murray Dance Party was one of only 6 shows to appear on all 4 major TV networks at the time: ABC, CBS, NBC, and Dumont. And all it did was promote Arthur Murray's dance studio. the longest-running TV commercial for 10 years on all the networks, and it was basically how to dance, and we'll teach you how to do it. And it was very popular. And again, they used to make, back when the days of, who were the famous dancers? The Blonde Girl and the Rainy Day, Raining in New York, and who's it? Gene Kelly. Gene Kelly, and what's her name, the dancer?
No, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, yeah. And they used to make the point, Ginger Rogers is doing everything Fred Astaire's doing, only she's doing it backwards and wearing high heels. And when you think about it, that's pretty impressive. Anyway, I thought about it myself. Let's see, very quickly, in case you missed it, and I want to just pay a little bit of a tribute in all seriousness to the latest soldiers killed over the weekend in the attack in Iran, especially when you understand that one of the victims is a 19-year-old woman, a buck private, brand new soldier, 19 years old, Isabella Gonzalez from Carrollton, Texas. The other one killed at the military base in Jordan this weekend, First Lieutenant Tyler Freehand, 25, of Hawaii. It was a missile strike on the air base east of Amman, Jordan. A third service member was killed in Iraq in a controlled detonation of an Iranian drone. Donald Trump said they're all great patriots. They were out there fighting that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. And Donald Trump said they will be avenged many times over. And he will be at Dover Air Force Base tomorrow for the dignified transfer of their remains. Unlike what Biden did when he was checking his freaking watch after he pulled off the Abbey Gate, Afghanistan, disgraceful. Well, I won't talk about it. Speaking of disgraces, you may remember, now last week this story came out, as I recall, and we didn't really pay much attention to it because I think this woman is a freaking disgrace. This Sunny Hostin, all of them on The View. I mean, absolutely. I think they're traitors. I think they're insurrectionists. I know they're liars, and they're deceivers, and they're haters, and they're filled with violence. And the worst of them is Sunny Hostin because she should know better. Sunny Hostin has been mocked by critics now that the police body cam footage and audio has been revealed after she tried to interfere and intervene with the arrest of her 24-year-old son, Gabriel. He was going to get a trespassing citation for walking on a railroad track area in Westchester, New York. And the body cam footage showed the officers approaching him, temporarily placing him in handcuffs while he called Mommy, Sunny Hostin. Now, let's set this up. Flounder, first of all, Sunny Hostin is very famous, like all these other phony, freaking hypocrite, liar, and cheaters, saying that Donald Trump should have been prosecuted from the very beginning because no one's above the law. No one's above the law. Flounder cut number one, Sunny Hostin repeating this famous phrase for all these liberal social communists. Number one.
I mean, you can't commit so many crimes and think that you are above the law, even if you are the president. So it really is a celebration of the law.
The clapping. Nobody.
How it applies to all of us.
Nobody is against the above the law. Golly, that's so good to know. That's so good to hear. So the kid called his mommy, Sunny Hostin, who's 57 years old, and then she showed up. Well, here is some of the audio of when Sunny Hostin tried to get her son released without any citations or anything playing the old "Do you know who I am" game. Cut number two, Flounder, if you would.
It's in my phone if you take off the case.
Tell them your mother is a federal prosecutor.
Yes.
Hey, Mom, how are you? This is Officer Gomez. Your son's fine.
Officer Gomez,
how are you?
This is
Yes.
Federal prosecutor.
Okay,
that's my son.
Yep.
He's a Harvard graduate.
Yep.
He's not a criminal. He has no criminal record, no criminal history. Officer, is that really necessary? This is a kid that doesn't do anything. He's a Harvard graduate and a Yale researcher. He teaches geometry to
I understand that.
Why would you put something on his record like this?
No, it's...
Can you give him a warning?
I cannot at this point. I have to recommend some of this.
I'm a former federal prosecutor. Yeah. He knows. He's a Harvard
This
grad.
was not when she showed up after calling.
Kids.
God bless.
This is not a kid who's ever in trouble.
She pulled the I'm a former federal prosecutor on the phone. She's telling her kid, tell him I'm a former federal prosecutor. Then the cop talks to her. That was the first part of that. And then she actually shows up and tries to get him out of all the other stuff. And again, I mean, it's unbelievable. He's a Harvard graduate. He teaches fourth grade geometry to South Bronx kids. He's never been in trouble. And by the way, did you notice how nice the police were? Charming, polite. After she shows up to try to, interfere with what they're doing, the officer said he would receive a trespassing citation. She said, is that necessary? He said, yeah. Police said their hands are tied. The situation could have ended more seriously. It's an arrestable offense. I want to make that clear. Do you understand? And again, they could have been a lot harder than they were. But he was also breaking the law. He was at a place that he was restricted area. So the said, hey, we got to give you a citation. And then she it's just amazing. These freaking phonies. No one's above the law except the Democrats. I mean, and again, it's nice that a woman would, try to protect her son. But he's 24 years old. It's not like he, put bubble gum in a girl's.
His kid, he's 24.
Yeah, he's 24. Yeah. He's 24.
First of all,
he called mommy, but he got.
I'm more frightened that she was a federal prosecutor.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
The first thing he decided to do was call his mom.
He called mommy.
Mom, come get me. Get me out of trouble.
And the cop's audio on his camera heard her saying, tell him I'm a former federal prosecutor. You know who I am? Which reminds me of that famous, this actually was a thing on video many, many years ago, where somebody was all ticked off about not being treated properly in the first class kind or something at an airline counter. And so the video showed the woman behind the stewardess or the woman behind the airline counter. The guy was screaming and yelling, don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? And so the reservation clerk picked up the microphone and said, attention, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to bother you, but could you focus your attention here to the front desk for a second? Does anybody, this person doesn't know who he is. Could you please, anybody can identify who this person is? Which is really the only way to handle it. Anybody know who this guy is? He barely forgot. No, anyway. Sonny Hostin and all of them. I mean, they're traitors to their country. I truly. Sonny, isn't she the one who said she would still vote for the Nazi rapist?
Yes.
Yeah. Sonny Hostin was using her loose moral alley cat skank privilege, I guess. Sonny Hostin's mother is Puerto Rican. Her father's black. And so she's using the half-black privilege, I think. Or was it the Nazi rape-loving privilege? She said she would still vote for him just to get rid of Republicans in the Senate in Maine. The Nazi rapist. Fine by her. Okie dokie, come repeat and flounder. It's Monday, all right. Look out.
Your paycheck buys less than it used to. That's not a talking point, that's your grocery receipt. And Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station has the numbers, the reasons, and who's accountable. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
In a few weeks, we're going to be doing our show at Stovall & Company, the third generation, locally owned and operating business for wholesale landscaping supplies. And you builders and contractors, I'm telling you, their latest location's up there in Canton. They got 11 of them, now. And they specialize in making sure that you're taken care of. If you need job site delivery right now, it's probably on the way. No problem, job quality, relationships, great prices. And they've got the plants and trees and flowers and shrubs and bushes. And I mean, holy smokes. And sprinklers and things to help you build an outdoor kitchen or fireplace by the pool or whatever. And if you need something special and they don't have it, they'll tell you where to get it. StovallInc.com.
This is Tom, the honest car guy, and we got a surprise call in from a customer of ours, Travis, out in Jefferson, Georgia. Travis, good to hear from you, buddy. You want to tell a little bit about the experience you had with me at the honest car guy?
The whole experience, honestly, was one of the smoothest car experiences that we've ever gone through, meaning that there's no pressure. There's no runaround. It's just straight up honest service. The price that you guys present or find for you, that's what you are going to pay. And you just get a great deal. I've been educated to a newer process of the car dealership game. You guys would not come in and you're setting the benchmark for how car dealing and car buying and car selling really should be.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME1. Or visit honestcarguy.com.
Hey, it's Doug. Chuck and the team at Central Heating and Air Conditioning are bringing back something I love. Their 6th annual Christmas in July, benefiting Skyland Trail right here in Atlanta. Skyland Trail does incredible work helping people facing mental health challenges get real, lasting support. And Central is proud to give back to a community that they've been serving since 1947. Now, here's the part I like. It's easy to help, and it actually helps you, too. When you sign up for a Central maintenance agreement, they'll donate $10 directly to Skyland Trail. And on your side, you'll get priority service, seasonal tune-ups to help prevent breakdowns, and better efficiency, especially now that the Georgia heat's kicked in. It's one of those rare wins where you're taking care of your home and helping someone else at the same time. Central services all makes and models. With them, you're never a number, you're family. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com to sign up today. Carrier products, carrier warranty, carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Now wait a minute. This freaking whistle thing, you know.
Welcome to the
we're not going to be doing that on Wednesday up at the Shucking Shack thing.
Stories
they're going to understand with their whistle on stories because the people there.
You're not the boss of me. You don't tell me if I'm going to do this or not.
You're not my dog.
Actually, you are the boss, but still. You, of the 12 stories, you woke the flounder up with today.
I was early. I was up anyway, so.
You've done half of them.
Well, I'll be damned. Hall of Fame.
I know.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well, when we were inducted into the Georgia Radio,
What was that last week?
Well, we got that special wing, you know, for. Oh, mercy. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going?
The problem is you have to decide which Hall of Fame.
Well, which one? Now they got like 9 or 10 of them, and you don't even have to be in radio to be. You have never been inside a radio station to be in a couple of them, I'm pretty sure. No, which is good. I'm fine.
If you bought a radio, could you tune in to AM radio or FM with it? Yes, you're in.
Do you remember Radio Shack? Have you ever bought a transistor radio?
You know, it's funny. The movie Radio starring.
You know, things. And in fact, I was thinking about funny stuff like this. Well, I came here in 1972, and in 1972. Our radio station, we were the big one in town, but we had like 40 shares, I mean, which is outrageously. But there was no FM. Do you right? In 1972, 73, there was no FM. The only FM was for elevators. There was FM. I mean, there was actually an FM signals, but nobody was using it as rock and roll or anything else.
Yeah, until 96 Rock came along.
That's right.
I think. Well, I don't know.
I'm not
Quixie
sure.
was around.
Quixie, yeah, but again, there was FM radio.
Or were they AM?
No, they were AM. Quixie was AM.
Yeah,
Quixie was AM.
96 Rock was FM.
Yeah. But again, in the 70s, there was no FM except in elevator music and hold music on phones, department stores and stuff.
Wasn't Quixie 790?
Yeah, it was. I think so. Yeah. Which became sports, wasn't it?
Sports, and then they became 680s.
Yeah. I think that's true. Anyway, just a little history thing on radio. Let's see. Our birthday list includes one of the funny characters you've seen on TV. I didn't recognize the name. Dean Winters. Dean Winters is 62. He was Liz's boyfriend on 30 Rock, the beeper salesman. Who was really a loser.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that guy? Well, you know him now, though, as he's the guy who messes up all the cars in the Allstate commercials.
He's mayhem.
Yeah, he's mayhem. Dean Winters, 62. He was also in Rescue Me and Law and Order SVU, and he does those Allstate commercials where he causes mayhem and damage. Dean Winters, 62 years old today, and again he's a very funny guy, and again 30 Rock. That's got to be one of the greatest sitcoms ever in television. It's like Cheers and Seinfeld, and all the originals back at Jackie Gleason. So, what was that? Was that me?
We got a tweet from someone. Doreen Hicks says, remember when Reese Witherspoon was in Atlanta? She got stopped for a traffic violation. She asked the cop, do you know who I am? And he responded, no, ma'am, but if you show me your ID, I will. I remember that. I do remember her getting pulled over and pulling that card.
I do just the opposite. I don't want people when I've been done. So I don't want to know.
No, nobody knows us anyway.
That's right. Not anymore.
There's a funny one on tour that where some influencer's getting pulled over or someone rich, and she goes, "Do you know who my father is?" And he goes, "No. Did your mother never tell you?"
Ouch! Oh, mercy. Kiver people. Oh, by the way, something just happened. I just got this off of Facebook. From my daughter Jennifer, who had a stroke several years ago, and so I've talked about this before. She was also a heroin and cocaine addict for many years, and she's been clean for 23 years now, I think. So she's really a rock star for pulling it off. Went back to college and has got a degree, a couple degrees actually, and is working and really troubled to do it because it's hard for her to get around because of her stroke. Mentally, she's fine, but physically, she still has trouble getting around. This is what my daughter Jennifer just posted on my Facebook page. True story, unfortunately. This is how self-involved and rude people can be when they only think about themselves. Yeah, I wonder if they're soccer players she's talking about. So here I am, 54 years old, on a walker going into the post office, a federal building with no ADA door to push. A federal building with no door for the disabled or handicapped or whatever to push open. So she said, I opened it manually, put my hands back on my walker to walk through, and I see a 20-year-old guy behind me who doesn't want to and I don't want to shut the door in his face, so I stand there like a chump with my foot holding the door for him, and he takes his time, walks in, walks around me, doesn't say thank you, gets in line in front of me. It took everything in me not to slap him in the head. I wish my dad was there. On second thought, she writes, I don't, because my dad would be in jail serving a life sentence by now. Be in jail for life. She's correct. Can you imagine the balls? My daughter's on a walker, and she opens the door and has to hold it with her foot, and the guy goes around her and then gets in front of her. I mean, I'd have grabbed him by the hair. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And then gets in front of her. Wow. I mean, just, wow. People, who would have done that?
As my late friend Tommy Maloof used to say, effing people.
It's just amazing. By the way, speaking of weird people, I saw this story and I didn't even want to print it. And then I did want to print it because it shows what the hell the Democrats are even doing now. If you follow the news at all, you won't get it on the mainstream media. But clearly, there's a growing divide in the Democrat Party. The far socialist communists are winning. They're expanding, they're growing, they're winning, and so now all of a sudden there's a movement of centrist, the old-fashioned so-called centrist Democrats who are trying to rein them in a little bit, but they're kind of afraid of it. In fact, Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren and Chuck the suspected child molester Schumer are arguing over who they support for another one of the famous races. And so there's a lot of divide going on. And in light of all that, I wonder whether the Democrats, I'm not making this up, are trying to make Hunter Biden the new face of the Democrat Party in a resurrection scene to show that even victims who have done right by themselves to bring themselves back into the good graces again can get a lot farther in America than you might have thought. Hunter Biden, I'm telling you, they're trying to resurrect Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is on podcasts all the time. He's being interviewed all the time. He was on over the weekend on Sunday, and there was a girl named Jennifer Welch, and she was attacking Merrick Garland, the former U.S. Attorney General, and the Department of Justice for not charging Donald Trump for investigating Hunter Biden. And she said, Hunter Biden wanted your opinion, and he said, she said, one of the things that makes me angry is that Merrick Garland wasn't prosecuting Donald Trump, and they went after you. Hunter Biden said, my take is this, removing myself from it as much as I can. The single greatest mistake of my father's administration was the leadership of Merrick Garland. The reason we're in the situation we're in right now can almost, by the way, Buck has to stop with my dad. He was the president and chose him. Now, once he chose him, he played by the high standard of the Marquis of Queensberry rules. He's talking about his father. My father played by the Constitution and the tradition that the president will never, especially since Nixon, never involve himself in any decision-making as relates to anything at the Department of Justice. So I guarantee you there was a division between church and state there with my father. Holy cow. Talk about gaslighting and just pretending it never happened. He played by the Constitution and the tradition that he'll never involve myself in the Department of Justice. Holy crap. He blames Donald Trump and Garland for the January 6th riots, a planned conspiracy by Donald Trump. He said, didn't you see cops getting beat up and congressmen and senators running out of the building? You didn't see that? Oh, my God. And, of course, Hunter Biden had to be pardoned like the whole rest of his stinking rotten family and all the members of the January 6th committee because they were breaking the law. And, again, let's not forget, this is very, very important. Hunter Biden got pardoned for 12 years. He got pardoned. He didn't get pardoned for the one charge that he got convicted of, the gun charge for being a drug addict when he got a gun license or whatever. He wasn't pardoned just for that. He was pardoned for the money he was taking under the table because he was using his father's name and influence in the oil energy business in Ukraine. And so Father Biden pardoned him for 12 years. Anything he did for the last 12 years, which is when he started getting paid in Ukraine for the phony Energy Department Board of Directors business. I mean, it's unbelievable. The scheme, the scandals.
The whole federal government is one big-ass joke, and the joke's on us because they've stolen our money.
I mean, it's... And again, and speaking of that, they had a hearing last week about fraud in the government. Not one Democrat showed up. They didn't even go.
Yeah, they're there because of fraud.
Yeah, that's right.
They all got elected because of fraud.
They didn't want to be questioned about anything. They never showed. I tell you, these hearings are a joke. I mean, really, it's become really ridiculous. Hold on, it's 4:45 already. Holy cow! We got a whole bunch of sports coming up. Holy crap, it's sports a little bit later. We got some tweets. We got Flounders Funnies, and a lot of weird personal stuff here going on, including the lost doggy. And I need to know more about the business of registering to vote. I don't think I have to change my ID. I voted in the last one. Do I have to change it? I mean, I don't know. I think it's very confusing. I think it's a lot easier than people think. Anyway, look on. Give her Pete and Flounder. Here we go.
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at Extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Bortz, and stay connected at the office. That's XTRA1063.com.
It's Toyota's Big One sales event at Marietta Toyota now through August 3rd. And if you commute every day, the 2026 Toyota Camry may be the one to see first. It's now all hybrid with up to 53 miles per gallon city, an easy way to cut fuel stops without giving up comfort. And with 50 Camrys in stock, Marietta Toyota has the selection to help you find the trim and color you actually want. Every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, limited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. And we've been voted Best of Cobb for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Camry Hybrid, as low as 4.99% APR for 48 months through August 3rd. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota, since 1975. We've been here and will be here for you.
4.99% APR for 48 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/3/2026. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title, and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422-PLUM.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Steel. Summer doesn't wait, and neither do the projects around your home. From trimming and cleanup to tackling overgrown spaces, Steel Power Equipment helps you get more done while spending less time in the heat. Built for performance and reliability, Steel is ready to keep up with whatever work comes your way. Find the right Steel equipment at Howard Brothers and spend more time enjoying summer. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Steel and Howard Brothers.
Tug and Lowe start your day the right way on the Morning Extra.
Start off every conversation with, where do your rights come from?
They're going to say government every time.
And that is that moment where if your response is anything other than God, then you do not understand the foundational element, the founding of this country, that your free will was given to you, was ordained by God for you to have self-determination. The minute they say government or the law or anything along those lines, that's where I'm like, first off, you're wrong. Second off, here's where we have a mentality difference. And government, man, law, all corruptible.
That's right. God, not.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Well, here we go. How much time you got? 1968. Iron Butterfly's second album, Inagata Davida, entered the U.S. album chart for the first time. 68. The album contained the 17-minute-long title track that filled the entire second side of the LP. Sold 4 million copies in America alone. Iron Butterfly, 68. Mercy. Well, see, I just don't have any... I can't relate to it. It just seems kind of loud and abrupt, kind of, or aggressive. I don't know. Let's see. Kimber Peen, Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 1230. Braves back in town. And who they playing, Pete? I forgot. 4-game set, I think, isn't it? Padres, San Diego. Okay, how are they doing? Are they doing anything this
year?
They're
in third place. They're not having. They can't hit, but yeah. For some reason they're kryptonite to the Braves the last 2 years.
Really? Now, are Dodgers still leading out there in the West?
Oh, by 15 games or more. Yeah, they're killing it.
Gisele Bundchen's birthday. Former Mrs. Tom Brady, Gisele Bundchen's 46. And didn't she marry that yoga guy, instructor, or her self-defense instructor? So I think she just had a baby. Didn't she just
Wait a second. They had a baby. My Gisele Bundchen notebook.
Yeah, they just had a baby. Well, you should know Gisele Bundchen and Mrs. Tom Brady.
It's right here. I got it. Yeah.
Okay. I think she just had a baby.
Overrated woman. That woman is not
she's
pretty.
She's not attractive. She's a runway models are not pretty. I'm sorry. No. I mean, a rare occasion.
They're horses.
Runway they're like prancing horses with their giant limbs and their arms go down to their knees and they got big giant cheeks and long faces and I mean they're just not attractive. I'm sorry.
I don't get it.
Yeah. And
one out of every 10 is attractive.
In fact, let me ask you this: how can a woman or anybody judge how they want to look based on runway models in their, the 6'4" women with these weird dress gown things for women who are 6'4" I mean, how can you judge? I don't know. I mean, it seems to me that's not what. Why would a woman buy stuff? She sees models on a runway. I don't know. I just doesn't. It's not like clothes you wear. I don't know. Don't they have just regular girls anymore? I guess. What do I know? Sorry. Yeah,
maybe you'll see one Wednesday.
I doubt it. It's gonna be all guys Wednesday, no chicks. Could be hot babes.
Excuse me.
Could be hot babes.
Oh, you're playing for the next team.
Well, either way, it's not working out for me. So. Like it makes a difference.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, we'll be, again, Wednesday, we'll be doing our show from the Shuckin' Shack on Main Street in Alpharetta, right there. It's right in the main road of Alpharetta, right downtown Alpharetta, right across from that little People's Grass Park they have there. People show up there on weekends and stuff. We're doing that on Wednesday afternoon. The same day that Donald Trump comes to, what do you got there? I can't see what that is. It's a white sheet of paper, and I can't read the writing. I still can't read the writing. Sorry. It's blue writing. I can't read it. Pete, I can't. What does it say?
It says reboot.
Oh, sorry.
I was taking a phone call. Someone was asking about Johnny Perazzo. So.
Again, it popped up on my Facebook page, and it said they were paying tribute to the late Johnny Perazzo and all the times he had entertained him at Jerry Farber's place. And again, when I was doing emceeing comedy shows for years, Johnny Perazzo was like co-anchoring stuff, and he
was the music guy.
He was great. He was great. We'd go up to Houks and stuff, and he had the piano, and he was playing songs, and he would mimic people and do famous songs. I mean, he was a real funny comedian guy. Piano, who's that old famous piano comedy guy back many, many years ago? I can't remember his name, but there have been a few.
Mark,
yeah, exactly. That's it. Mark, I almost had it. I almost had it.
Mark Russell was political.
Yeah, Mark Russell was,
And there was starts with a V.
Tom Lira.
Victor Borga.
Victor Borga was one of the originals many, many years ago. And Tom Lira was a Harvard professor who did comedy albums, playing the piano and doing bits. Anyway, Johnny Perazzo, I guess, has passed away. I tried to Google it, and I can't do it during the show because I keep getting blacked out. But and I don't know how old he was or what happened, or a natural cause. I don't know. But if anybody does know, please pass it along, because he was a great guy, and I have nothing but great memories of Johnny Perazzo. I do. He was now to me, anyway, so I'm sorry if that's true that he passed. I definitely am sorry about that. Kimmer Pete Flounder, 404-741-1230. We'll talk more about Holy Crap at Sports coming up, about the stupid soccer game. Anyways, also they've caught the guy who blew up. He tried to blow up a federal building, light it up with gasoline, set it on fire. They've caught him, and it was an anti-ICE protest once again, showing the liberals to try to make sure they can cause as much damage as possible to America, because and again, whoever thought it'd be a great idea to rally around the cause of stopping federal police from arresting illegals and criminals? I mean, seriously, this is
communists.
I've never heard of such a thing.
They want to overrun the country with them. They're communists.
And again, remember that congresswoman or senator from Michigan was on TV actually admitting if they pass the SAVE Act and require a voter ID, the Democrats will never win another election. Yeah, because you'll have to identify yourself. And by the way, in fact, let me do this here and maybe hold it over after 5 o'clock, because I'm not sure how long this is going to take. But every time I hear about the SAVE Act, I think to myself, and they talk about birth certificate. Now, wait a minute. I have a driver's license, and the driver's license has one of those stars on it, so I assume that's my federal ID, correct? I voted in the last election. I voted in all the elections, and so I assume that, therefore, I don't have to all of a sudden get a brand new ID to cast a ballot in November. I don't have to do anything, right? I've voted before, so they've got I'm in, right? And if you voted, you're in, correct? So who are they talking about? I mean, who are the people who are going to be disenfranchised? A woman who changed her name on her driver's license when she got married, that's 25 women, so that's fine. But I mean, who are they talking about? Well, who are all these millions of people who will be disenfranchised? No. If they have a cell phone, they have an ID. No. And in fact, now on this federal election, is there going to be now like a cop at the gate saying we need to see your federal ID before you come in? Because I think some people have driver's licenses that don't have the star on it, so it's not a federal ID, but it's still a state ID. But now maybe they have to go get a federal ID. But you can still, I assume, you can go to any state ID place and get an ID, right? I mean, what's the issue? Millions of people disenfranchised is what they say every time, and I don't know who they're talking about.
Laziness.
I'm sure. I don't understand. Is there a new rule that everybody has to show a brand new ID before November 4th this year? I mean, I don't have a new ID. I'm sure. Somebody help me out here. I really don't understand what the problem is. Who are these millions you're talking about? Anyway.
I'm not sure, but I got a Flounders Funny.
In fact, I was stalling until 57.
I found a longer one.
Oh, excellent. Well, here you go. Flounders Funny.
The vows are wild. We know them by rote memory. We do. Last wedding I went to, I accidentally put my hand over my heart during the vows. We do. And look, and here's the thing. I'm an actor. If I know your lines, I'm judging your performance. I am. I've been to a few weddings where I'm like, oh, I'm not buying it. I don't. Can we get an understudy in here so this man can have a decent day? Because they're all over the place. They are. Some of them I get. Like for richer, for poor. That's like, hey, we couldn't afford a prenup. Let's do a real quick one here at the altar. That's like, let's take care of it. And sickness and in health. That's a confusing one. Because you think the sickness part's supposed to be the hard part. It's not. Somebody gets sick, you stay with them. People admire you. They do. You play your cards right, you might meet Oprah. You don't know how it's going to work out. It's the health part that's tricky. It is. You ever been with somebody who just suddenly got into gluten-free baking? That's a lot. That's a lot. The weirdest one is to have and to hold. I think that's the weirdest one because it's creepy. It is. If you don't believe me and you're a single guy in here, I want you to try that at a bar as a pickup line. Just walk up to a woman and go, hey, I want to have you and hold you. It's not going to turn out well. It's not. Best case scenario, that's just a clingy guy without adequate heating. Worst case, that's an abduction, folks. That is what's about to happen.
Mr. Jason Salmon right there.
I love it. By the way, speaking of telling her to have and to hold and so forth, I have some advice for Bryce. The morning show is trying to set him up on a blind date with a woman who I think they mentioned is a little older than she. Well, what are we raising? It's only 4:59.
Because I'm a minute off.
But we still got so.
No, I'm wrong. I'm a minute off.
Right. But so I don't want
it's my fault. I'm sorry. Anyways, you were saying Bryce.
So Bryce, and the morning show is trying to set him up on a blind date, and I think they were talking about this really great chick, and she might have been the smart one's babysitter. I don't know, something about that.
I don't know, something about getting set up on air.
Yeah, and so they're trying to make sure that Bryce is all taken care of for this new little hot
and if it doesn't work out, he's got to sit there and pretend how great she was when he didn't like it.
Yeah, well, anyway, we'll find out. All right, anyway, Kimmer Pete, I got some tips for him. You take her in your arms and you say, baby, leave your stuff. I'll get everything we need later. Let's go.
Bryce, pay no attention to that man.
Kimmer Pete and Flounder, 5 o'clock, 106.3. Look out, here we go.
Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
A 10th night of strikes on Iran. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. CENTCOM just confirming a new round of U.S. strikes aimed at further degrading Iran's military capabilities used to attack commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. Fox's Steve Harrigan in Tel Aviv.
Iran, in the meantime, continues to attack U.S. partners in the region, launching assaults against Kuwait and Bahrain as well. This as Iranian officials continue to present a public air of defiance. Here's the foreign minister.
You can neither threaten us nor bribe us.
An Iranian missile attack killing at least 2 U.S. service members Friday in Jordan, where a third American was unaccounted for and remains were found. A fourth service member killed in Iraq as a downed Iranian drone was being detonated. President Trump posting before today's U.S. strikes that every time Iran kills an American soldier, they'll pay many times over. Federal investigators call the man accused of setting a fire outside a federal building in New York City earlier today an anti-American, anti-government extremist who made anti-ICE statements.
26 Federal Plaza has long been a target of extremists, of terrorists, and today the extremism was brought here.
FBI Assistant Director in Charge James Barnacle says the suspect in custody, Andrew Arabaka, is an Army veteran who had multiple weapons. There were 3 minor injuries. South Carolina Senator Darlene Graham, recently appointed to serve the rest of her late brother Lindsey Graham's term, does plan to seek a full term of her own. telling Fox's Sean Hannity she has an inner peace about it.
Will it be difficult? Yes, absolutely.
So you're inclined to get in, or have you even made a final decision?
I've made a decision.
You're in.
I'm in.
That interview airs at 9 Eastern tonight on Hannity. Several other Republicans have said they're running in an August special election. Tomorrow is the first day to file. America is listening to Fox News.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Food truck owners, today business will be booming. People will love your new menu and not make special orders. You will not roll your eyes when someone calls it a quesadilla. You will also switch to Progressive to get 30 customizable coverage options and restore your inner peace. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the giver with Pete Davis and Flounder at the controls, and you at 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And we got Braves back in town. Holy crap, it's sports coming up. We'll talk a lot about sports here coming up shortly. Also, the politics in the news and the weird stuff in the news. And we got some In fact, Flounder's funny. I never got the one I blew before 4 o'clock.
There you go. We'll have one after Pete Sports.
There you go. No, and then outstanding, because we owe them. I owe them. I want to be good. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Okay, happy Monday. Let's see. The soccer game, we'll talk more about that with Pete, and just my overall impression was this was a glorious, what was it, 3 weeks? How long would this go on? When did we start this? Was it 3 weeks ago? The the World Cup?
Oh, about 6 weeks.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
It normally runs a month, doesn't it?
I really don't know. I've never. In fact, what's amazing to me, and again, we're not going to do holy crap at sports here, but what's amazing to me, just as an individual who never liked soccer, never cared about soccer, always made fun of soccer players, literally my whole life. I'm a baby boomer, and we all made fun of soccer players because either you played football or you were, didn't want to get hit, and silly things like that. I never paid attention to any of it until this year. And this year, maybe it's because I'm on the radio, but I think it's because of the freaking cell phone, social media. Went above and beyond, telling people in America how we're respected by foreigners from around the world coming to our country and loving us. And remember how funny it was when they went to Buc-ee's and they're finding, ranch dressing and bringing it back by the trunkful back to Europe. And different flavors of coffee creamer. They've never heard of such a thing. Free refills? Oh, my God, I didn't order that. No, it's free. What? Yeah. They sit down and give salsa and chips. So I didn't order that. It's free. I mean, it's just,
You know how sad some of their lives are? This one girl, Elsa, I think is her name.
Yeah.
Traveling around the country. Says her favorite city now is New Orleans.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that's how pathetic their lives are, that they think New Orleans is something good.
Yeah, New Orleans is a cesspool, basically.
It's a visit.
Yeah.
It's a visit.
It's worth going. It's worth. Yeah.
It's restaurants.
Yeah.
You go to the Bourbon Street at night, right, and then you get the blank out.
Go to a couple of bars and then get the hell. And don't go in. Don't go on wandering off the non-tourist areas.
Right.
Please. And again, first time when I was here in Atlanta, I got a call from a guy in New Orleans wanted to interview me because I was told by a guy named Bob Neal, not the one The one that was on TV years ago in the 70s, and recommended.
Hi, Bob.
Yeah.
Hi, Bob.
And recommended me to be interviewed for the news director job down at the station in New Orleans. And he called me and he flew me down to New Orleans. And I was walking around the French Quarter during the break, and there's all a little violence here on the sidewalk and stuff. It's a tough place to live. Anyway, so but again, my point was that I've really been loving all the attention from foreigners, and I thought, boy, I just felt great about my country and how people are appreciating us and how they all admit they've been lied to by the news, our news and their news, and how terrific things are compared to everybody else in the world. And then in light of that, my whole job now, our whole job now, is talking about the hate every day. Every day, it's the hate of the Democrat Party, the violence, the hate, the revenge, what they're going to do. I mean, complaining and bitching and moaning, unhappy, unsatisfied, especially the women. And in light of all of that, and I'm glorifying in the respect of the foreigners about our country, while half the country won't even talk to their family. It's just astounding to me, and that's why I really enjoyed the event itself for the first time ever in my life, and I hope they do it again. I hope that we bring back another World Cup, not for the soccer, but for the people to come here and have fun. I mean, wasn't it fun watching people go into Buc-ee's and say, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is a gas station"? I mean, it was hysterical. It just felt good all around. And then, of course, at the end, they spoiled sports and crybabies and all stuff. And we'll talk about the soccer game and stuff itself. Anyway, but
it's
again,
national shame what the players of Argentina have done to their country. It's a national shame.
Yeah, it really is. And again, Pete will be doing more about this in a few minutes. But again, they really turned their back on the sport. I mean, they were in America for the World Cup, and they had the chance to just be glorified in this incredible experience of people around the world being so in love with America, and they were the top two teams left, and they could have put the cherry on top of this incredible experience, and instead they acted like a bunch of spoiled brats, entitled bastards. Yeah, that's right.
They weren't taught sportsmanship. They were taught to, basically just look out for themselves. Yeah. Like a lot of the teams, they wouldn't pass to the star player. England did it, and Norway did. They wouldn't pass to their star player. Guess what? You lose.
Yeah. And it was just a shame the way they ended it. I really felt bad about it. Anyway, we'll talk about Holy Crap Sports coming up in a few minutes. We'll talk more about it. And again, on Wednesday, we'll be doing our show Wednesday at the Shuckin' Shack. I got to be very careful how I pronounce it. The Shuckin' Shack, which is that place on Main Street, like number 9 Main Street or something, right there in the middle of Main Street in Alpharetta. We'll be doing the show there Wednesday. And on Wednesday, Donald Trump is going to Wheeler High School to talk about the initiative of the Trump plan, to the Trump Accounts initiative, to have investment accounts set up for children. And so by the time they're 18, they're going to have a whole bunch of money in the bank. And if they keep going and their parents contribute to it, they could have $100,000 or more by the time they're 18. And by the time they're at the end of college, if they still grow, I don't know when they have to cut it off. Do they have to stop it at 18? I don't know that about the Trump account. I'm not sure. Hell no. Once you start an account, I think you can just keep adding money. Well, maybe the federal government stops at 18. The parents can keep contributing. I don't know what the taxing is, but either way, again, this is a plan for every child in Cobb County. Every child in Cobb County, whether Wheeler High School or not. Again, you start when you're infants to be benefited. It's good for everybody. How could Democrats are trying to shut it down? Democrats want to make sure they do not go to Wheeler High School, that Donald Trump does not show up. They're complaining about the school board, Republican members of it, and they want to shut it down and stop it, and they're going to get as close. Donald Trump, the president's going to be here, Wheeler High School in Cobb County Wednesday, and they're going to try to get as close as they can to protest and shut it down. So here are Democrats in Cobb County who are going to try to do everything they can to disrupt a plan to help the children of Cobb County and America. But just because they hate Donald Trump.
Like cut their nose off to spite their face. It's the old maxim.
It's like you said, if he had cured cancer, they'd complain that they put anesthesiologists out of business or, chemotherapists out of business if he cured. I mean, it's amazing for the hate. I mean, oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm stuck on it.
It just shows you, if you're doing something, you think it's right, don't listen to anybody. Don't listen to the critics.
No.
Just keep doing what you're doing, because most of the time you will be proven right.
Do the right thing. And again, I just see this split. I don't know. I don't know how we end it. I can't imagine if we get Marco Rubio or even J.D. Vance, who's more conservative than Donald Trump will ever be, as the next president. I wonder whether they're going to make it even worse for them.
I think Rubio's more electable.
I think Rubio definitely more electable.
I like them both.
Yeah, I like them both
Rubio's
too.
more electable.
Rubio, I think Rubio's a firecracker. Donald Trump gets things done. Donald Trump, he attacked Iran. He blew up their, nuclear. I mean, he did it. And Rubio's a guy. He's not taking any crap either. I think he's next. I would definitely support either one of them, but still. Anyway, all right.
I wish DeSantis was a better campaigner, tell you the truth.
Ron DeSantis is another one. I'd vote for him, too. I mean, he's shown that he can get things done, too, and he doesn't take any crap either.
If I'm J.D. Vance or Rubio and I win the presidency, one of those guys, and DeSantis, his time in Florida as governor will probably come to an end, I'd find something for him.
He's got to be vice president or depending on, I mean, a lot of things. I mean, he could do almost anything.
They don't really need him as a vice president, though, because Florida probably will go Republican.
Yeah. And actually, vice president may not be that important for a guy like that who gets things done. He probably should be Secretary of State or
something big,
chief advisor or somebody in the way. I mean, the top guy. Anyway, I hold everything. Well, let's do it. Holy Grabber Sports coming up, and we'll do. I owe the Flounder's funny. And how was your weekend? Join us if you like. Kevin, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Sports coming up. Look out.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Summer's winding down, but that doesn't mean the fun stops at Truist Park. Come see your Atlanta Braves July 30th through August 2nd as the Nationals come to town. Fans are invited to celebrate legend Andrew Jones on his induction into the National Baseball Hall of Fame on the 30th with his bobblehead giveaway presented by Curacao. Feel it for yourself. Plus an on-field presentation honoring his iconic career. Fans can then relive the magic of '96 as we celebrate 30 years since Atlanta lit the Olympic flame on the 31st. Join us for a night of music, memories, and hometown pride, followed by Friday night fireworks presented by Georgia Lottery after the game. The weekend fun continues on Saturday, August 1st with the pregame block party in the Battery Atlanta and the Braves Country's Got Talent search at the Georgia Power Pavilion. The National Series wraps up on Sunday as the first 3,000 kids will receive the Ice Cream Shorts giveaway. Visit Braves.com/promos to check out all the fun and purchase your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
America, Chuck, yeah. Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the US of A at Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the Collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We are family-owned, operated, independent local company. We have over 15 years of artificial grass design, installation, and sales experience. From premium artificial lawns and backyards, custom putting greens, sports fields, hardscape, drainage, we do both residential and commercial. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
I'm so sick of all these cheesy lawyer billboards. You might be too. If you're injured in a car crash, you don't hire a lawyer because they're sweet or strong or the biggest. You hire a lawyer who is recognized by their peers as one of the top lawyers in the state. You hire a lawyer who's going to listen to you, fight for you, and has the case results to prove it. That lawyer is me, Bruce Hagan, the people's lawyer. I've been proudly selected by my fellow lawyers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state. If for 21 consecutive years as Georgia's super lawyer. Hagen-law.com, Hagen-law.com.
I know if you're like me, when you have a beautiful home, you've been taking care of it and put a lot of money into it, you're wondering, how's it going? Maybe just take a look outside and see what you're thinking about, maybe a couple upgrades. And this is a great time of year to do it, by the way, before the holidays start. Before you know it's going to be fall. And then a lot of things change. Well, here you go. Peach State Windows. I love representing companies I've worked with, and I've known Jeff and the company there for more than 20, 25-something years. For decades, Georgia homeowners have been having improvement and efficiency and value, preserving the character of their homes from Marietta, East Cobb, Roswell, all surrounding areas. Sometimes an upgrade is just the right thing, and this is a great time of year to do it. And here's a couple of specials you don't want to pass up. 8 double-hung vinyl replacement windows installed for just $39.95. 8 of them. If you want 20, you get 20. You want 2, get 2. I mean, there's always a deal. How about boosting your curb appeal with a fiberglass French entry door installed for only $69.85? And that's improving your energy efficiency and the way it looks, security, appearance. How about both have a lifetime warranty and 0% financing for 12 months? 770-485-8011. PeachStateWindows.com.
All right, I'll say what you're thinking. Christmas in July? Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but neither does this. Because this isn't a clearance rack. It's our Solomon Brothers collection. Diamond essentials, tennis bracelets, earrings, everyday pieces done the right way. And for a limited time, all of it 31% off. So don't analyze it. Don't wait. Just come in. Solomon Brothers Christmas in July sale. 31% off everything.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
It was 1993. White House Deputy Counsel Vince Foster found shot to death in a park in Washington. A witness said his final words were, "She did it. It was him. It was him. It was him." And died. So they called it a suicide. And now, holy crap at sports with Pete Davis.
It was the Baldwin and Riley show yesterday as the Braves pounded Texas 8-5 in Truist Park to take 2 out of 3. Both Drake and Austin smacked 2 homers each. Here's how Baldwin's first one sounded.
3-1 pitch, and he hits one way up in the air, deep right field, back to the wall. That is off of the wall and out of here. Home run by Baldwin. Sent it high into the heavens. It just continued to carry. He is on another level. His second home run today, his 5th hit. And it's 8-4 Braves here in the 8th. What a performance.
Ben Ingram on Sister Station 680 The Fan, and here's how Riley's blast sounded.
3-1 pitch. Riley hammers it to deep center. Carter gonna go back. It's over his head. It's gone! That is out of here. A laser beam as he just disintegrated that baseball to straightaway center. It's 4-0 Braves on Riley's second home run off of Evaldi.
Maybe, just maybe, Austin Riley has turned the corner. It's encouraging. Don't know what he is eating during the All-Star break, but he better keep it up.
Yeah.
Wheaties, whatever it was, brand muffins.
Yeah.
He had 4 RBIs yesterday.
I like it.
And Drake is raking since the break, going 5 for 5 Sunday. Yeah. If he hadn't missed so much time with that injury, he'd be in the hunt for the National League Most Valuable Player award.
Yeah.
He'd be right there.
Yeah.
He even stole his second base of the season. Drake Baldwin is the youngest
player. I saw that. How cool was that? Nobody else could believe it either. He pulled it off.
Baldwin, the youngest player in the modern era, beginning in 1900, with 5 hits and 2 home runs in a single game while playing as a catcher at 25 years and 113 days old.
Wow.
No one else had done it at that point. Drake just named the National League Player of the Week, going 10 for 14. That's a .714 batting average. 5 runs scored, 8 knocked in, and 3 homers.
Wow. 7-1 forward. Take one more.
Grant Holmes improved to 6-4, going 5 innings, giving up 7 hits and 3 runs. San Diego comes to town tonight for the first of 4 games. Bryce Elder for us, he's 5-6 with a 4.12 earned run average. The Padres are sending left-hander J.P. Sears and Roebuck to the mound. He's 2-2 with a 5.03 ERA. Braves are 3 games ahead of Philly. The Pods are in 3rd place in the NL West, 13.5 games behind the Dodgers.
Wow.
Ronald Acuna Jr. should be back later this week and back in right field. He's still in Gwinnett at the moment. The Braves have signed all of their 21 draft picks from the 2026 first-year player draft.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
There you go. Well done.
SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey says he continues to have conversations with congressional leaders about the Protect College Sports Act, or PCSA. Stop short of saying whether all the conference's suggested changes need to be implemented for it to support the bill. During the comments made during the SEC Media Days today, Sankey spent a large portion of his remarks discussing the bill aims to reshape college sports. The SEC does not support the bill in its current form, and Sankey confirms there have been real conversations about whether the league should break away, as Georgia President Jerry Moorhead suggested earlier this year. One of the portions of the bill the SEC is firmly against would allow conferences to option to pool their media rights. SEC does not want to share their big-time money with other people. Wow. The SEC is the only Power 4 conference that has not come out in favor of a 2014 playoff as well. In fact, some SEC coaches are unhappy about that. We went to a 9-game schedule, and now there's no expansion. So.
Is this all money?
Yes. And now it's money, power, prestige, ego, everything. It's all wrapped up into one. Yeah. And all they got to do is look and see what the NFL is doing, but they won't do it.
Yeah.
So, the World Cup is finally over after a thrilling 10 goals were scored. Wait, that was Saturday's consolation game that didn't mean anything for third place between England and France. English jumped out to 4-0 lead, then tried to blow it again and barely held on to win. But yesterday, the final match won by Spain, as predicted here, 1-0 the score on this late goal.
And here's the goal now. The late goal scoring for the final.
Coming all the way from New York City, New Jersey area.
Scoring of the goal scoring.
Be here any second.
This
is an exciting goal. Well worth the wait.
Well, it was in New Jersey, so it took.
Sorry, Pete. I don't have you getting the audio for the goal, but I can get it. I apologize.
No, don't worry about it.
I just had the 2 baseball cuts.
Yeah, I think I had it on the end of the goal. It don't matter.
I apologize about that.
Not to worry.
By the way, good luck finding any sangria today, Real or Yago, because they're going to be celebrating the Spanish people.
Oh, is that their thing? Sangria?
Well, I think it's a Spanish thing. Isn't sangria a Spanish drink? Yeah. I like sangria.
I think I've
7-Up or Sprite in it.
They used to make they used to advertise a hell out of sangria for a summer drink and all the years ago.
And Real is so much better than Yago. So
I would not
just
know
my personal opinion.
All right, sure.
The spendthrift Spaniards only gave up 1 goal the entire tournament, have a record 7 shutouts.
Here, I got the goal right here, Pete.
Here we go.
Okay, let's hear it.
Poro chance to cross, hooks it in. Williams battling, knocks it down. It's free. It's a goal. It's Ferran Torres.
There is Torres with the winning goal. That's what you waited 3 hours for.
Didn't watch the Braves game.
I mean, seriously.
Really? Yeah.
All right. By the way, the Spaniards, they have a black guy named Williams Jr. on the team. And I'm like,
okay, that's Spaniards.
What part of Spain is that?
Well,
just me.
Just
kidding.
No.
Spanish as anybody else.
That's all right. The Congo has soccer players too,
So Frenchman Mbappe, who scored 2 meaningless goals Saturday, won the Golden Boot.
Oh, no kidding.
The Saturday game, no better than an exhibition, a friendly.
Yeah.
Another embarrassing look for FIFA and their dumb old world rules, such as no longer playing for a golden goal or playing 2 different 15-minute overtime periods, even if someone already scores in the first extra time period. No one has ever explained to me how that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
All right. Yet overall, it was a great cup. Congratulations to us, Canada, and Mexico, putting on a world-class show and hospitality. The rest of the world may still hate us, like we care, but at least some of them know the truth. Their media and governments have been lying about us for decades.
That's right.
And if Hidden Valley doesn't open up ranch dressing stores in Europe, they're crazy.
I get such a kick out of all these.
And those people across the pond need Texas barbecue stat. If you opened a real barbecue place over there, you'd have to beat them away.
Yeah. They went nuts for all you get, video after video.
One more thing, FIFA, get a new trophy. How about one that doesn't look like a bull's testicle after being ripped out of the sack?
Yeah, good point. I wonder what the hell. In fact, what is it actually?
It's a globe on top of what looks like the remnants once you've jerked it out of something.
I didn't know what it was.
It's ugly. It's the ugliest trophy in professional sports.
I don't know what it represents.
I don't know. It's a globe. They need to go back to the first one, which is a woman victory holding up some kind of ball.
Yeah, that makes
Unfortunately, the Brazilians stole that in 1983, and nobody's seen it since.
Oh, boy.
And so what if President Trump stuck his mug into the Spanish team photo?
Please.
It's called Photoshop if you don't like it. He's the president. He can stick his mug anywhere he likes, and that F-16 overhead gives him permission. Somebody made an AI video of President Trump on the stage, and instead of handing out medals to the players, he gave each one a small air conditioner to bring back to Europe with them. And they were very happy to receive it. Spain is the favorite to win the 2030 World Cup across the sportsbook marketplace. DraftKings assigning La Roja plus 450 odds, already shorter than the plus 500 they showed yesterday. Semis, France at plus 600 and England at plus 900 are next on the odds board. Portugal tied with the English for third. Meanwhile, the runner-up this year, Argentina, is tied for the sixth best odds at 11-1, while Morocco is a longer 35-1. What do you think the United States and Mexico are at?
The odds of them winning, probably 30th or 20th or something.
80-1.
Oh, my God. And by the way, how can they rank who they think is going to be the top four teams 4 years from now?
Well, because
those
Spain
guys
has
won't
that
be the same
18-year-old.
people.
He'll be 22 and better in 4 years.
Yeah, well,
Let's
that's
put
one
it that
guy.
way.
Yeah,
and that Spanish goaltender was amazing as well.
Yeah, he was super, yeah.
My suggestion, we just send our pro wrestlers and put chokeholds on anybody daring to enter the pitch. If you come into the box, just have somebody there to just put the sleeper hold on you.
Throwing them around. I've never seen such a thing in my life.
Right. How big was this game? The final between Spain and Argentina, the most bet soccer match in the histories of BetMGM and Caesar Sportsbook. The former saying it outperformed every college football playoff game besides the championship, as well as every March Madness, NBA Final, Stanley Cup Final, and World Series game in the last year.
Wow.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson inserted himself into the mix by going onto Instagram and calling Argentina one of the most historically racist countries on earth and told black people not to root for the Argentinian team. He put his character, the Uncle Tom from Django Unchained, in a Argentina shirt and says, "This is how Argentinians view me as a black man."
God.
I can't wait to see how Sam feels when someone tells him about Spain's history with black people.
Yeah, please.
And what they did to South America when they went in there. But, whatever.
Oh, my.
NFL players want grass in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Bears quarterback Caleb Williams, Commanders offensive tackle Laramie Tunsil, among a few players on social media calling for the NFL to put grass into every stadium like FIFA had. They used the hashtag worth the cost, and they're right.
Well,
NFL should play on grass.
How did FIFA do it? Because it looked beautiful. It looked brand new. So why can't football do it?
Because they're cheap ass.
They do a lot more running in soccer than they do in football. I mean, they run all of them are running all over the place all the time. So I don't
Contrary to popular belief, football players fall to the turf more than soccer players when they mean it. I mean, it's actually hard when they hit the floor.
Yeah.
The poor British Open. What bloody idiot scheduled that on the same day as the World Cup final?
Yeah.
Ryan Fox of New Zealand won the claret jug at ugly and boring Royal Birkdale yesterday. At 10 under, the Kiwi one stroke ahead of American Cameron Young, 2 ahead of American Sam Burns. Scotty Scheffler came in fourth at 7 under, tied with England's Mick Fleetwood. Bryson DeChambeau 6 shots off the pace after getting a 2-stroke penalty for supposedly tramping down the rough behind his ball, which sounds painful. And supposedly someone said he's going to call President Trump and have him intervene. But Trump's not president of the world. I don't think he has any pull over that.
Actually, he handled that well the next day. It happened on Saturday, and they did it on Sunday, or Friday and Saturday, whatever it was. He handled it right because he made a kind of a funny thing with the crowd. And when he went to actually the next shot he had in the rough the next day, and he pretended he didn't want to walk around it, and it was pretty funny. So he handled it well at the end.
But frankly, without the rain and wind, Birkdale has all the beauty and excitement of a Costco parking lot in Winder.
Yeah, it's just burned out grass and these horrible bunkers they build, like just obstacles.
And on this date, 1993, the game against the Cardinals delayed for an hour after a mysterious fire breaks out near the Atlanta Fulton County Stadium skybox press box area.
I have that picture.
Recently acquired Fred McGriff pinch hits a homer, enabling the Braves to rally from a 5-0 deficit to win 7-5, and appears to ignite the beginning of the team's historic comeback from a 9.5 game deficit to the Giants to win the National League West Division. The fire later found to be caused by unattended sternopots in some radio station's suite.
That was us, yep.
That was us.
And I didn't know when that was on today. I will put it on Facebook and tomorrow or tonight when I get back. I have an autographed picture of that fire and Jeff Blauser and Lemke standing in front of the fire, autographed by both of them. And I've got that
One
picture.
of the great photos of all time.
Yeah, just standing there arm in arm with the fire blazing in our press box. Oh, brutal. Anyway, Pete Davidson, so much more coming up. In fact, we'll do a Flounder's Funny. Flounder, I owe him one. Can we do it right out of the break here? How about?
Sure.
Excellent. 106.3, how you doing? Go Braves tonight. 4-game set with the Padres, and here we go. Look out.
The world's watching to see if America still leads. And Extra 106.3 is always watching out for your values, your community, and your voice. Strength on the world stage starts with an honest conversation at home. And we're proud to have it every single day. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, this is Lowe's with David from Atlanta, who just purchased his new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent way to buy your next vehicle. David, tell us about your experience.
I had been looking for a vehicle for a couple months. The car buying process was a little challenging at first for me. I had some credit issues in the past, and I just happened to hear a familiar voice on the radio, and it happened to be on the Honest Car Guy ad. I got in touch with Tom. Within 2, maybe 3 days, I had a vehicle being shipped here from Orlando, Florida. I have already recommended him to family members, several friends, and I'll purchase a car from Tom when I make my next purchase for sure.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Join Daniel Matalon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, 1 second chance at a time. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. or listen to the podcast anywhere. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
So you got into an argument. Things got heated. Then a fight broke out, and it landed you in jail. Now what? You need A Second Chance bail bonds. They can get you or your loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases, in a few hours. So make the right call. A Second Chance bail bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
You know, I was just talking to my kids about some medical stuff here involving the Kimmer, and they know where to find stuff now that I didn't when I was in Florida, didn't retire, didn't have a safe down there. From Atlanta Safe House, like an idiot. In fact, the last one I had up here in Atlanta before I retired, bolted from the inside into the concrete floor in my basement and also the concrete floor in my garage. I'm telling you, Atlanta Safe House, you know, they can build you a vault door. They got all these kinds of specials. You know, their location now is in Union Hill Road in Alpharetta on Union Hill Road. They got 500 of them right there at Atlanta Safe House. That means there's specials and sales and rebates. They're famous for it. You're going to save you some money. And, you know, check them out on the web, atlantasafehouse.com, and you'll see the beautiful little pistol safes or the full safes for long rifles and guns and firearms and, you know, drawers and special safety secret places for jewelry and paperwork, like my kids know where to find my living will. And if there's, you know, any money left anywhere, stuff like that, keep it safe from floods and fire and stuff and bad guys. It's always a special. Tell them Kimmer sent you a look at atlantasafehouse.com.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Georgia summers are known for heat, and sometimes it's the humidity that makes your home uncomfortable. With all the rain we've had lately, excess moisture can build up inside your home, leaving it feeling sticky and muggy, even when your air conditioning is running. That's why Central Heating and Air Conditioning recommends whole house dehumidifiers. It works with your HVAC system to remove excess moisture throughout your home, helping improve comfort, reduce musty odors, and create a healthier indoor environment. And if it's time for a new system, now's a great time to upgrade. Qualified homeowners can receive up to $1,700 in rebates and up to 60 months 0% financing with approved credit. Since 1947, Georgia families have trusted Central Heating and Air Conditioning for dependable comfort. Call 770-GET-HEAT. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or go to centralheat.com. Centralheat.com. Turn to your Atlanta carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Summer is here, and it's time to enjoy your outdoor oasis as a family. Don't know where to begin? At Stovall & Company, we have everything you need to make your landscaping dreams come true. From premium mulch and topsoil to a wide variety of plants, trees, shrubs, and annuals, Stovall has it all. Check us out at StovallInc.com.
Yeah. I have this on my magic music stick, too. Bob Dylan. This was a day, 1965, Dylan released Like a Rolling Stone. This song was 6 minutes and 13 seconds, more than twice as long as the average pop song. It would nonetheless become Dylan's first big hit. The lyrics originated and kind of confrontational in an extended piece of verse that Bob Dylan wrote the month before, 1965, after he had just returned exhausted from a grueling tour of England. Like a Rolling Stone peaked at number 2 and only peaked at number 2 in America, number 4 in Britain. How does it feel? Like a Rolling Stone. By the way, I grokked it to find out. I remember my first year as a paid disc jockey was 61 years ago. This year, 1965, when I first got paid $1. It was either $1.15 or $1.25 minimum wage as a disc jockey and news guy at a 250-watt daytime radio station. And I'm telling you, the records back then, when we play records, they were a minute 50, maybe 2 minutes, 20 seconds, stuff like that. And then when this came along, and some others like the Boxer, that was like 5 minutes long or something like so. But that was in the 70s. Songs started getting longer, but not in 1965. Our birthday list includes Judy Greer. You may not know the name. Judy Greer is 51. I thought she was a great comedian and hot. Judy Greer, 51. She was in Ant-Man and a couple things, but she's known to me in the series Arrested Development. Judy Greer played George Bluth Sr.'s secretary and mistress. And every time that she was an Ant-Man, a couple of things, Judy Greer, every time she would get in a fight or something, she would lift her shirt and say, well, you can say goodbye to these. She was his mistress, which I think is pretty amusing. And on this day, a little sports thing here, Pete Davis, real quick. It was on this day that Tarzan won a couple of gold medals, yes? On this day in 1924, Johnny Weissmuller wins Olympic gold for swimming in the 100-meter freestyle, the fastest man in the world in 1924. And Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan was also a gold medal winner in the 4x200-meter relay in the Summer Olympics. Also, one other, quick history note here, if you don't mind, just for a second. 1960 on this day, the submarine USS George Washington launches a pair of Polaris missiles. The target was more than 1,100 nautical miles away. It was the first Polaris missile launch. Shortly thereafter, 41 U.S. submarines were armed with 16 Polaris missiles each, with each missile carrying a single nuclear warhead and a range of 1,000 nautical miles. It neglected to point out in the history thing here that it was a Mr. Gene R. Peterson who was in charge of the Navy's Polaris and Poseidon missile program for the United States Navy, who single-handedly and as the mentor to Jack Welch oversaw the program for the Polaris and Poseidon missile programs.
I say here, an addendum here that from technology stolen from the Soviets here. What's that all about?
No, that was a G before the price fixing. Where progress is our most important problem. And no, progress is our most important product. That was their slogan. GE Theater with Ronald Reagan. Remember those days? No, you don't. Of course you don't.
I don't remember those.
Yes,
no.
You were saying? I'm sorry.
I was saying, if you like your Canadian maple syrup,
yeah.
You may want to rush out right now and buy a few bottles.
What now? What'd they do? Oh, tariff? For the smoke.
50% tariff on Canadian goods.
He wants them to pay for the smoke damage they're doing from the fires up there. And it's bad. I mean, it was really bad. I think it's getting better. But I'm surprised the soccer tournament in New Jersey wasn't affected.
It was funny. When I woke up Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And I was taking Winston for a walk. It was like 5. And I walked out the front door, and I was like, it smells like smoke. There's no way it can be all the way down here. And I started walking. I look over. My neighbor was burning his Boston butts because he's got a new grill.
There you go. Anyway, he's got a tariff. Oh, my goodness.
I tell you, beaver pelts are going to go through the roof.
I love it. Do we have a Flounders Funny? You had an extra flounder? I don't want to throw you off.
We sure do.
I owe you an extra Flounders Funny.
And of course, guys my age, people, my friends, we love to wax lyrical about the good old days of going outside to play on your own. And then young people always say, yeah, but you could go outside and play back in the day because society was safer back then. Wrong. Society was not safer back then. We just didn't know how unsafe it was. Watch any of these Netflix documentaries. They all begin the same way. Somebody goes, back then we just didn't know. We didn't know. We were clueless. Predators everywhere. A van could have pulled up and been like, hey, kids, get in. We would have been like, yeah, we've seen Scooby-Doo. Let's ride. Let's go. Once we don't go to the abandoned amusement park, I think we're going to be okay. This is what makes me laugh. People are like, oh, society was safer back then. You watch any of these documentaries about the 80s in New York? It was chaos. Plus, we were on the street. No speed bumps. No four-way stop signs. No parents. Just two-hand touch on the street, and we were fine. And yes, I know there were some children kidnapped in the 1980s. But I think it's a worthy sacrifice for 7 or 8 kids on a milk carton for the millions upon millions of happy childhoods that happened as a result of their sacrifice, and it has not gone unnoticed. Thank you for your service. And I know that seems a bit cold, but there's some insurance people here going, that is a good analysis, actually. Risk assessment-wise.
Mr. Des Bishop.
He sounds like Frank the Tank talking about the Mets.
He's a funny cat.
In New York. Very funny guy. Let's do more of him. Has he got an album? Has he got stuff out or albums? Or
I got some more of his stuff.
Yeah, he's a pretty funny guy. Anyway, so I don't mean to, you're Flounders Funnies, but I just thought I'd put in my bid for it.
Real quick, we got Kelly from Cartersville on the horn.
Kelly, the Cartersville Kelly. Hey, Kelly. Kelly, how you doing? What's up, man? What's happening?
What's up, guys? Earlier you were talking about radio stations, and I was born here in Atlanta in '55. I was kind of familiar with the rock and roll stuff, but
yeah,
I remember WPLO FM back in the late '60s and early '70s, and they played like an album rock, kind of progressive rock and roll, like Creedence Clearwater Revival, all the kind of rock bands you would hear back in the day that they didn't play on Quixie.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about PLO. I wonder if they're still around. Probably, I assume not.
103.3, I think, then later became V103.
Oh, now V103 in the was it the 80s and 90s was huge. A black audience, particular in Atlanta. Are they still are they still around? I have no idea.
I don't either, but there was when WRAS 85.5 came on the scene, Georgia State. That's what me and all my friends used to listen to back in the late 60s or early 70s. But even when 96 Rock came on, we just preferred the music that WRAS played.
I'll be there. Pete Davis worked for the Georgia State radio station, didn't you, if I recall?
Yeah, I was news and sports director, and they played a lot of, it was basically alternative music when I was there.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, but they would play a lot of stuff. They'd even play AC/DC from time to time and that kind of stuff. But I think Southside Steve worked there too, didn't he?
Yeah, Southside Steve pops up on my Facebook page every once in a while too. In fact, he just got left. They got rid of him at one job, and I think he's got another one somewhere.
He's
and
doing
I can't
a podcast too.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah. Anyway, Kelly, thanks for the memories, man. Cool. Those are the old days. All right. Have a great day. Thanks so much. 546 Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. And, go to wrapping up here. Braves in town, 4 games. And Wednesday we do our remote in Alpharetta, Shuck and Shack. They're going to look forward to that. Look out.
Start your day with Tug and Los on the Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Then it's Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck at noon, and the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. And hang out every night for Jesse Kelly at 6 and Jimmy Fela at 9. And stream it all live in crystal clear HD on the Extra 106.3 app.
You've worked hard to make your home energy efficient, but did you think about your garage door? It's the largest opening in your house. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of all 4 Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. This summer, save money on your energy bills and replace your old door with a beautiful, energy-efficient garage door. We offer affordable prices on a huge selection of styles, colors, and custom features. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett has it for you. Like the 2026 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4. Or the 2026 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right size SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Summer is here, and hopefully vacation is on the horizon. Whether the beach or maybe you're more of a mountain person, you've planned and saved in order to take some much-needed time off. You planned your vacation. Shouldn't you plan your retirement? You planned for a week in the sun, but have you planned for decades of golden years? Master Plan Retirement works with you to create a holistic, comprehensive retirement plan in order to offer the one thing your time off needs the most: peace of mind. From income and growth, tax strategy, legacy planning, and more, Master Plan Retirement walks alongside you to help ensure your golden years stay golden. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Visit masterplanretire.com. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey Atlanta, it's Drake Baldwin here. When I won Rookie of the Year, I thought of everyone who helped me along the way. My friends, my family, and hot showers. That's why when something goes wrong, I call Superior Plumbing. Still locally owned, Superior has been serving Atlanta for over 40 years as the go-to plumber for leak repairs, toilet replacement, and water heater installation. They don't call them the honest one for no reason. Superior's team is my MVP. Remember, there's no job too small.
The headlines move on, but the heartbreak and terror do not. Iran and terrorist proxies continue to target Israel. Hezbollah continues to attack in the north, forcing families to live under constant threat and in shelters. But Israel is not only defending her people, she's standing on the front lines against terror that threatens all of us. Even when the news crews leave, the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews is still there every day on the ground, providing life-saving aid. Near Israel's borders with Lebanon, a Hezbollah drone recently struck the home of Yelena. She was widowed earlier this year. Leaving her alone, she was trapped inside by the blast. Thankfully, she wasn't injured, but she remains displaced. It's hard these days, she told one volunteers for IFCJ, but I don't want to leave. As Christians, we're called to stand with God's people and pray for those defending Israel and protecting the freedoms we hold dear. Join the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews in praying for the peace of Jerusalem and for the soldiers, families, and civilians carrying the burden of this fight. Right now, prayifcj.org. That's prayifcj.org.
Little Jan and Dean. I got it a Woody. Surf City, here we come. 1963, the story goes like this. Jan Barry and Dean Torrance, better known as Jan and Dean, were at a party with fellow surfer Brian Wilson when Brian Wilson played for Jan and Dean his new song, Surfin' USA. Jan and Dean said, hey, we'd love to record that song. Brian Wilson said, no, I'm going to use it for my own group, the Beach Boys. But he said, I'll tell you what, I've got this thing called Surf City, and you guys should record that instead, since he himself had lost interest in the damn thing, so you can use Surf City if you want. Barry and Torrance added to the lyrics, recorded the song, released in May of '63, but on this day became the first surf song to make it to #1 on the national charts before Brian Wilson's versions of other songs like it. Wilson's father, who was a manager of the Beach Boys, was very ticked off that Brian Wilson, quote, wasted a song that should have been the Beach Boys. Wilson said, hey, I'm happy that another group had a hit song and that he was part of it. And by the way, that was, if I'm not mistaken, the father of the Beach Boys was a real jerk about, managing the group.
He thought he knew a lot about production, but he didn't. Apparently, they had a board set up that wasn't even plugged in.
Yeah.
So his dad felt like he was doing something.
Yeah, he was a monster, apparently. So there you go. Now, let's see. Hold on a second. We're still going strong here. Let's see. Brian Wilson at the do. And now your birthday list. Oh, I didn't remember the guy's. I saw his face, but here's the guy's name is Frank Whaley. Frank Whaley, you may not know the name of the character, but you will in a second. Frank Whaley, 63. Frank Whaley was a career character actor. He was Jim in the movie Career Opportunities. He was the one where Jennifer Connelly got locked in a Target and fought off a couple of robbers together. But I remember Frank Whaley, 63 today, as the guy in the movie Pulp Fiction, who was sitting in the chair when the two killers burst in, and he was the one who
kept what again?
Just saying, what? What? He said, if you say what again, I swear I'm going to shoot you. The guy said, what? And he shot him. That was oh my God. Anyway, Frank Whaley is 63 years old today. Kim Carnes is 81. Betty Davis Eyes and so forth. Anyway, so pretty cool. All right, let's see. Hold on. We got a little quick history thing here for you. On this day in 1973, martial arts expert and actor Bruce Lee, 32 years old, dies of cerebral edema. He had collapsed, suffering from seizures and headaches, and diagnosed with cerebral edema in May of 1973. He took the painkiller Equalgesic for a headache, took a nap. Friends couldn't wake him up. A doctor was called, couldn't revive him, rushed to a hospital. He was dead. His brain was swollen. It was believed due to a reaction from the drug. Others say it was muscle relaxers that Lee was taking for a back injury, contributing to the medication. It's also speculated that overexertion and heat stroke may have contributed to his death. Lee is perhaps the most influential artist of the time, although these days I'm not sure that's quite true. He founded the Jeet Kune Do way of intercepting the fist. Anyway, he was dead. Bruce Lee, 1973, 32 years old. And now, some sorrow music for you. By the way, speaking of weird history things, I didn't remember it at the time, of course, but talking about it, 1968. Paul McCartney was engaged to Jane Asher until Paul McCartney saw an announcement on the BBC that said she had called off the engagement. It was a BBC show called D Time. McCartney was watching the show at a friend's house when Jane Asher was on the show and said, well, no, we're no longer engaged. And he didn't know it until he saw it on the BBC. Man, that's brutal. Yeah, I thought I was in trouble when she said no the first time. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. I tell you what, Flounder, let's do this. Remember the story of Sonny Hostin? Sonny Hostin from The View is famous for saying when the rapist Nazi in Maine took himself out of the running, she said she would still vote for him. If she lived in Maine, she would still vote for him just because she hates Republicans so much. And then we're going to play cut number one here, Flounder. Sonny Hostin of View is also famous for getting the crowd to go nuts when she said about Donald Trump is such a criminal, he should be investigated and he should be charged and convicted because no one's above the law. Cut number one, Sonny Hostin on her stand about the law.
I mean, you can't commit so many crimes and think that you are above the law, even if you are the president.
So it really is a celebration of the law.
It's a celebration of the law and how it applies to all of us.
Yeah, applies to all of us. Now, let's reflect a minute. Last week there was a story. We didn't pay much attention to it, but then she got involved with her son. A 24-year-old son of hers, Gabriel, got cited for trespassing, and he called her on the phone. The cop's audio revealed today what it was like. Flounder, cut number two. And then she shows up in person talking to the cop.
It's in my phone if you take off the case.
Tell them your mother is a federal prosecutor.
Yes. That's her on the phone.
Hey, Mom, how are you? This is Officer Gomez. Your son's fine.
Officer Gomez,
how are you?
This is
Now she shows up in person.
Yes, former federal prosecutor.
Okay,
that's my son.
Yeah.
He's a Harvard graduate.
Yeah.
He's not a criminal. He has no criminal record, no criminal history. Officer, is that really necessary? This is a kid that doesn't do anything. He's a Harvard graduate and a Yale researcher. He teaches geometry to.
Yeah, that's enough. That's fine.
Why would you put something on his record?
That's fine, Flounder. Thanks. She's trying to butt in on her 24-year-old son being given a citation for trespassing, and she has to get involved with the police, who were very, very nice to her, by the way, as much as she tried to. Yeah, everybody, nobody's above the law? Really? Including your son. Unreal. All right, hold on. One more Flounder's Funny here before we adios ourselves here, Flounder, if you don't mind. Or a little something here.
I'm stupid. And I'm from the South, too, so people think if you hear a Southern accent, they immediately start deducting IQ points. I don't like that. Sometimes when I hear a Southern accent, I'm in a state like this, I'm like, oh, is this one of us? It feels like a warm feeling. Oh, this is nice. Maybe I'll get some sweet tea or whatever. It's good, you know? But when you hear a Southern accent, sometimes like a certain job, you're just immediately just ill at ease. I was on a LaGuardia airport. I was on the runway waiting to take off, and we're there for 45 minutes. And they're just going to come on the intercom and tell you something's wrong with the plane. We're not going anywhere after that point. 45 minutes, it's way too long. And the guy got on the intercom, the pilot, he's trying to calm us down, 200 people, and immediately he had the thickest Southern accent, and I was immediately like, get me off this plane, this guy. Just the way he talked, I immediately goes, no, we should not be doing this. He goes, this is what he said, I'm not making this up, not embellishing in one way. He goes, now, it's your captain speaking. Now, what happened was, they's fueling up the plane, and that hose come loose. And it sprayed jet fuel all over the back end of the plane. He said back end. He didn't even know what it was called. He said back end of the plane. And then he said this, and this is when I was like, get me out of here. He goes, we got to get some soap and water and come wash that off. What? Excuse me? There's two things you don't want to hear from your pilot, okay? One is wash, and the other one is, we're coming in hot. You don't want to hear either of those. Those are both bad.
We was fixing to fix that. Yeah, we was fixing to. And who is that there, Floater?
That is Mr. Johnny W.
Very funny. All right, boys, have a great day. Go Braves, and tomorrow we do it all over again. In the meantime, Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb. Look out.
Streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.